This one's for confusing lie. My editor, the confusing opinion, lying about being Jewish. Hold on, I need to pull up my editor. Oh God, I fucking hate. Where the fuck is that? Hold on. Where is that? Oh God, I fucking hate. Oh, there we are. All right, I hate. Ooh, no, I don't want to hear myself talk. I don't know how you guys can even stand me talking. This song is for way too long. I let that go way too long. I let that go way too long. I'm gonna be honest. I was actually vibing to it. I was vibing to the song. I was actually vibing. There's like a problem. Yeah, I'm not gonna beat the Zionist allegations. It's just not gonna happen. I never will. First the transphobia allegations. Now I'm gonna have Zionist allegations against me. It's never not funny. Okay. I am not Jewish. So just putting it out there. I have no Jewish in me. I've taken a test. And I am not Jewish, which is shocking because a lot of my family marry Jewish people. YouTube crippled internet versus today. Yeah, confusing. It's because everywhere you go, it's either things get demonetized or channels lose their monetization. I'm with Roman Spondyle on this. You're like a hex. You're like a curse, dude. I don't know what it is about you. My back is still broken. It is still broken. But I'm hopped up on pain meds, so everything's going to go great. Why do you think I started off with a Jewish song? Why do you think I started with a Jewish song? Do you think I'm being normal today? Chat. Oh yeah, Kumo ran off the internet. Do we want to do a quick Kumo update? I think we should. Was it Leia that tweeted it out? I don't remember. I don't pay attention to her Twitter account. I don't pay attention to her Twitter account. Hold on. Is that how you spell her name? Okay, yeah. No. Okay, there. Come on. Really? Do it like this is just getting pathetic now. This is just becoming a level of pathetic that I can't rationalize in my head. Why would you do this? Why would you delete your YouTube and your Twitter account? What is the point of this? What is the point of doing this? Is it because you're getting A-logged? Is it because we pointed out how much of a dumbass you are? Is it all the DMs that leaked? Is it you being like shitty to your friends? There's a lot of questions, but not a lot of answers. Kind of pathetic to do this. This photo is very. I do not endorse that artwork that I'm looking at right there. But yeah, Kumo ran off the internet, and apparently he is also still hanging out on Discord. Kumo, just do all of it and like delete everything. Like just delete everything. You know. Like get rid of your Discord account. If you're gonna go full scorched earth, you might as well get rid of the Kumo Discord account and just create a brand new one at this point. If you're like actually just scorch earthing your entire history on the internet, maybe do like a little bit of a better job, dumbass. But you know, that's just what it is. It's just where we are now with this. Also, I need to listen to this because I didn't see it yet, and I want my raw visceral reaction to Hassan being mad at the commentary community.
Who invest all of their time and effort into fucking DEI initiatives and
none of us do that. What is he talking about, like the video game commentary community? You know, Muda doesn't really talk about the DEI initiatives very much, right, Hassan? This is Hassan's playbook. Hey, you're getting shit by everybody. Just immediately start lumping in all these creators to like the worst thing that your community can think of. It's like, don't actually engage with the criticism, Hassan. Just say that Mudahar is against DEI.
video games or whatever, are now making fucking hit pieces, and now I have to take that shit seriously. Like,
You should, because honest to Christ, all of you, Frogan, the rest of them, you all had it coming. I'm just gonna say it. I wanted to do the Twitch stuff today, but there is so many updates, and Dan does not stop tweeting. I'm gonna wait until Thursday for that one. I'm gonna take tomorrow off, but I'm gonna wait until Thursday so I can collect everything I possibly can. Everything that I possibly can on the Twitch stuff.
get the fuck out of here. Why am I supposed to talk to someone who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about? How am I gonna fucking sit here? Like, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and listen to every fucking drama farming centrist YouTuber.
I love that he puts that in air quotes. He's like centrist. You know, Willie's like pretty center. Like, you, the thing is, Hassan, you never watch these people, right? You never like actually engage with the criticism or the videos that are criticizing you. You just automatically assume Willie is a reactionary, secret right winger, and Mudahar, you think he's also like right wing adjacent. Muda is not that. Like, it's fucking
with
ridiculous.
a fucking alt-right adjacent crowd.
The alt-right, why did I know he was gonna say that? Like, the alt-right adjacent crowd. Like, I don't get that criticism. Is it because we don't just suck the dick of everything progressives say that we're alt-right adjacent? Is that how that works? Like, if I turn around and say, I want a free market, and I think what things Hassan say are absolutely stupid, that makes me alt-right adjacent or alt-right in general. I don't get how those statements make me alt-right, but I guess it does. I guess I'm alt-right adjacent, apparently. You can't like actually have argumentations, right? Hassan can't have an argumentation with people. He needs to paint you in the worst light imaginable instead of just being like and looking at the individual. He can't help it.
That they are desperately trying to fucking capture the attention of every single time someone makes a YouTube video. Like, it's fucking stupid.
What do you do, Hassan? You sit there and pretend to be a journalist talking about JDAM missiles, you're denying rapes, your little friend group are like making tier lists of like who's more Arab and who's more like who's the disgusting Zionist Jew. Apparently Frogan was going to do a 9/11 baking stream. That's another thing. I'm just going to like rant a little bit. Like what the fuck is this?
6250. 9/11 baking stream with Raf and Capri.
What the hell is that? What is that? What is a 9/11 cook? Like, what does a 9/11 baking stream look like? Do you have like two little twin towers made out of gingerbread, and there's a fucking plane made out of a cookie, and you just throw it as hard as you can and break the goddamn towers? Like, how does that work? Like, what does a 9/11 baking stream entail?
If we get to this goal by 9/11,
come on, you fatty, say something.
Capri.
Wait, you want to wait until 9/11? How many days does it take you to make $6,500? Jesus. Oh, that's for a charity. It doesn't even go to her pocket. So she's broke, and she's doing a 9/11 baking stream.
Raf and I will make the twin towers out of a stacked cake.
Oh my God, they are actually unironic. I didn't watch the whole clip. I just saw what the hell is a 9/11 baking stream, and they're confirming they were actually going to make twin towers in a cake
out of a stacked cake, and we'll make an airplane, and we'll recreate 9/11.
What the fuck is happening? How did this woman survive Twitch this long? What is happening? I'm pretty sure if I made that joke and baked a 9/11 cake, okay? If I baked a cake that was specifically designed for 9/11, I'd be banned instantly. Because I don't wear a hijab and I don't have tits. I'd be banned like that. White guy doing that? Banned. White guy banned.
Whoa! I'd rather watch you talk politics than Hassan any day of the week.
I'm terrible at it.
Also, sorry I've been a menace on Twitter lately, Lamau.
No, you haven't. Also, that artwork of Alex is abhorrent. Was she just gonna sit there silently and say fucking nothing? She just finished a sentence. You're gonna extrapolate deeper than that? Oh yeah, we're just gonna recreate 9/11 in a cake. yeah, we're just gonna do that. It's just little hee hee hoo hoo. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't give a fuck about 9/11 jokes, right? But these are the same people that would be mad if I made a joke about Palestine. They would say I'm a monster and I need to be strung up and I'm pro-genocide.
Okay.
Shut up, fatty. Shut the fuck up. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. They will come after people like myself that will make edgy jokes and call us alt-right fucking belligerent Nazis. But when they make cake out of the most heavy American tragedy of all time, they don't get shit for it ever. Like, this is the double standard shit I'm talking about. Like, it's fucking aggravating.
50.
Shut up, fatty. Shut up. Anyways. We're not done yet, okay? We have a lot. The Twitch stuff is going to make me go on a rant for, like, ever, okay? I'm just going to be here for hours talking about the Twitch stuff. Oh, my God. Oh! Okay. I swear to God, I don't want to cover the JustARobot stuff anymore. Like, I'm so over it already. But Beckett actually made a banger video. This is like actually a banger video on Jar's history. I'm actually in shock by that. Now, it's not me saying that Beckett is bad at making YouTube videos. I'm just in shock that he took my advice to interlace the calls in between accusations. I'm shocked that he did that. It actually made it more entertaining for me.
Lyle, turn on the
autistic.
TV. She ate the Pentagon.
She
ate the fucking Pentagon. Turn on the TV.
Pentagon.
It doesn't matter what channel.
Am I going to cover the RTU drama? Probably. I have a lot on my plate right now. I have this, I have the Twitch stuff, and then I have the Rob's Media stuff. I might revisit the Rich stuff later on. I've heard some dumb shit, man. I've heard some dumb shit that Rich pulled last night. Oh my God, I've heard just the dumbest shit. If I had to like do a knee-jerk reaction to what I heard, because I haven't seen it yet, so Rich, don't fucking lose your mind when I say this. Dude, you need to stop. Stop streaming. Get off the fucking internet. You are being milked and farmed harder than any other person I've seen recently, and it's becoming, it was already pathetic. Now it's on another level. Like, just cut it the fuck out. Like, deleting your channel for what? For what, Rich? Why delete the million sub YouTube channel? You could just, like, leave it up for posterity. Why remove it? Like, what was the point of that? Oh, I wanted to move on and do something new. Okay? You could still make money off of residuals on that channel, a couple $100, but it's still something. You also have you also have a legacy that you just fucking nuked from orbit. For what? For what? Like, I don't get it. And then I'm hearing that he said that some woman isn't able to have children. Somebody was telling me that it was like a mistress or something. I have no idea what's going on. Okay? I have no idea what's going on. So if you're going to come to me and be like, Chris, did you hear about this thing and that thing? I haven't looked into it yet. But from what I've seen on my timeline and from what I've heard from people trying to tell me shit, that's what it sounds like to me. And Rich, just stop. Just fucking stop. Just stop. Okay? Cut it out. Give yourself like 5 months. 5 months, no YouTube. Seriously. Just stop it. All right. I did my rant about Rich. $50 says that's getting clipped out. Like Rich helped me build my channel when the Quantum TV shit was going on. And like, I'm not like trying to ignore his drama, but it is so autistically retarded. I can't even like, I don't even know where to start at this point. Like, it's ridiculous. He just gets farmed by Kino Casino all day fucking long. Like, it's like, what am I supposed to say to that? Like, what am I supposed to say? Rich wants to stream Election Day? Why? Who cares about the opinions of people in politics? Like, who gives a shit? Then there's the other half of it where, like, I heard a clip of him apparently saying I supported Keffels. Like, bro, I'm pretty sure I DM'd you one time and said, you should not get involved in the Keffels stuff. Like, what is happening? What? Stop. I'm done. I'm done with the fucking review tech rant. It's just, I don't know enough about it. I only know the basics and from what I'm seeing clip-wise on the internet. So, like, I can't comment on that further. But, like, yeah, it's getting, like, too self-destructive. It's ridiculous at this fucking point. Anyways, because I didn't come here to talk about Rich. I came here to talk about Jar. All right? Jar. Jar. Oh, God, just fucking... I just want to put a gun in my mouth. I'm so over the Jar stuff. I really am. I'm over the Jar stuff. But, like, I can't help it. It's like a crack addiction at this point for me. It's a crack addiction. Like, I unironically feel like I'm smoking crack cocaine. I can't stop. So, Beckett, I knew this video was in production. Beckett asked me for some advice. I don't know why. I am the worst person to ask about how to structure a YouTube video. But, like, this video is a lot better than I thought it would be. I thought it would just be, like, a genuine retrospective or, like, some shit, right? No, I was totally wrong. There are interviews with people that have had interactions with Jar in the past, mostly women. There's also aspects of Jar's history in here, allegations against him, his actions towards people. It's a very inquiring, very inquisitive, very well put together video. Make sure you sub to Cope and Seethe. Beckett, you need to start doing more videos like these, dumbass. All right. Jar. This is maybe the most comprehensive video on Jar. So I'm curious what Jar's history is like. I already hate the introduction. Beckett's intro reminds me of like I love Venture Brothers, but like, bro, what is this intro? The Venture Brothers? Like, what the fuck is going on here? It really is the Venture Brothers. Like, what the fuck was that? It's the exact thing that the Venture Brothers would do as an opener. Anything new come from the doc yesterday? No, I'm gonna be like, I'll keep a buck. That document's dog shit. That document is total dog shit. Like, people were like reaching out to me and be like, what do you think of this document? And I told them straight up, I was like, this document is ass. It's dog shit, it's ass. Worst case, like the worst thing I saw is that Jar's just an inappropriate dipshit. Like, that's really it. Not grooming a minor. They didn't traumatize this person. I refuse to believe the traumatized shit. I don't give a fuck if that makes me a heartless bastard. Yeah, BreadTube bashing is rescheduled to Thursday because tomorrow I'm taking a day off. I've been streaming like every single day since I got back. Because, and on top of that, the Twitch stuff, just every hour there's something new that's coming up. So I kind of want to like put it all in a document so I could just go line by line and just have all of it prepared for you guys so I don't have to keep searching for other shit. This is ridiculous. This is like a ridiculous situation that we're in. Is that the Jar document was so bad. Then Kumo fucks up. Then Kumo leaves the internet. Now all that's left over is Jar and his history.
Jar is the personification of every terrible thing that has ever been said about the ACC. He is the snakiest, leechiest.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I'd say all of you. I would say every single person in the ACC is just like Jar. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I don't care to hide that. I'm not gonna pretend that Jar is like the epitome of the ACC. All you motherfuckers are completely insane. None of you people are normal. None of you people should be doing, oh, well, Jar's the epitome of this. No. There's a lot. There is a lot of problems with all of you, okay? You are all collectively a clusterfuck.
Is I have ever seen.
Recently, in the wake of his video defending...
And I know Beckett's cool with these people. I don't give a fuck. I'm rat bashing.
Cinebear from serious grooming allegations, JustARobot found himself involved in one of the most insane live stream...
The reason I'm saying... Hold on. Let me just refresh. Let me extrapolate on that, like, fucking rant a little bit deeper. Okay? These people have let all of these people run operating with no checks and balances. The checks and balances have completely eroded in this fucked up little community that they've created. I hate the art commentary community. I hate it with a passion. Like, I don't care.
Recently, in the wake of his video defending Cinebear from serious grooming allegations, JustARobot found himself involved in one of the most insane livestream interviews of all time.
Talking about art, law, bullshit! Thuman, this is where my schizophrenic ramblings are coming from. Nobody is good at checking each other in this community. Nobody! I will say it, nobody's good at checking each other. Not a single person. You're all terrible at checking each other, okay? Thuman seems like a very nice person. I have no problems with Thuman. But, like, the overarching issue of the ACC and this weird little group that spawned out of, like, the Lio Peaches group of ACC and, like, Kai and Omnia and all these fucking degenerates. Like, dude, none of you know how to check yourselves. None of you know how to humble yourselves. Like, fuck off. Jar is just an example.
Being ripped limb from limb by Chud Logic.
Right, so you were trying to use my platform in order to spread your
That's true, schizophrenic ramble. You don't mention pedantry and bad faith. True. I would have to keep saying bad faith all the time.
message under the auspices of, oh, I just want your feedback. That's extremely manipulative, and I'm amazed that you think I would fall for that. I'm astounded that you think you could pull a fast one on me like this.
Well, I did want your feedback.
Who are you kidding?
Now, you might be misled into thinking that Jar is some sort of new kid on the block, but his history on the internet goes way, way back, and it's wrapped up in multiple dramas.
Honestly,
Imagine having like
I
10
checked out
years
of this
of
drama
issues.
a few days ago. You have a resilient spirit. Have a good live stream, Chris.
Well, thank you, Baron. I appreciate it regardless. Okay? That is a Chud W right there. When Chud found out that he was being used as a transactional thing instead of like actually getting advice, that Jar, in my opinion, lied to Chud's face. You know? Like,
and controversies. In fact, drama and controversy may be the one consistent thing about the guy.
But like, hold on, I was ranting about something earlier. I couldn't imagine 10 plus years on this platform, or like 10 years, or like however fucking long it's been. How do you have this many fuck ups? And nobody checks you. And when they do, they check you with the most disprovable shit imaginable. It's pathetic. It's like Jar continued to operate way too long.
Because his earliest content was wrapped up in the anti-SJW skeptic community. And while I've held off on talking about Jar for a while now, there was one moment in the Chud Logic interview that really caught my interest.
If I am in the wrong, I will happily take down my video. I've been lied about plenty of times, and I've always fought back against people slandering and lying about me. I'm not fighting back this time because I know, after chatting with you and watching through your video, that I am in the wrong here.
Should have stopped running by the time the anti-SJW movement ended.
I guess it's just a retarded wheel. I almost made a video on Jar, but I couldn't take listening to his voice for more than 1 second. Lol. That is true. I can't. That's like the one thing I couldn't stand about. Like, people would be like, "Yeah, I really like JustARobot's content," and then I would like take a stab at it, like watching it independently, and I'm like, I can't listen to this fucking asshole. I can't do it. Like, I really can't do it. It's like frustrating how fucking boring he is, and his voice is like terrible. Terrible. It is ear grating. So I understand Thuman.
Now that claim, that Jar has been lied about and slandered over the years, is a really, really interesting one. Because his history is so messy and convoluted, there's no comprehensive timeline that really exists for Jar. So alternatively, I've interviewed many of the people who've interacted or had issues with Jar over the years, because I think the best way to show you who Jar is to show you who Jar is. Thoughts on Jar?
Yeah, gay, autistic.
The stuff
Queeman said it in maybe the most elegant way possible. Very, very elegant, very eloquent of Queeman. Very, 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 very eloquent. The best description of Jar of all time. I'll glaze Queeman on that one.
that's recently occurred with Cinebear isn't an outlier, it's part of a much larger pattern for the way he behaves with other creators online and presents himself to an audience.
Very mindful, very demure.
So what we're going to do here today is look through many of his previous actions and build a profile of one of the most crazy internet autists I think currently exists on YouTube.
That is a bold statement, Beckett, when you are maybe the most autistic person I have ever met. Very bold of you, Beckett. I'm just shitting on Beckett for no reason.
Yeah. This one goes out to my coolies. Yeah.
I kind of like the KFC bucket. It was based.
I think a good place to start with Jar is his professional victimhood, which is at such astonishing levels, it beggars belief.
I avoided talking about the ArtCC dramas because ArtCC people tend to be a bit backstabby.
You're such a fucking pussy. No shit. Drama becomes backstabby. It's like a fucking way of life, dumbass. Like, duh. Like, dramas end up with people backstabbing each other most of the time. That's what causes drama. Fucking Christ. Whatever. Jar's an idiot.
Interestingly, this is a sentiment he'd repeat to Cinebear in his recent and now deleted video where he goes to bat for her.
That's why I hate ArtCC people. They're insanely backstabby.
Then why do you hang around them? This is my first question. Why hang around them? Why hang around with like a single one of them then? Like the only people that I interact with out of the ArtCC, like the art commentary community, I would say they're even adjacent to it or just people that cover it, are people like Gilded, which is like rare that I talk to him, and Enla. And that's really it. Beckett is like an outsider like me. We're just two idiots that are poking through the veil and laughing at all these people. But like, why even interact with them? If you know that they are backstabby, Jar, what is the point of the interaction? Oh, wait, I know. You needed somebody to hold your hand like Lio because you're a pussy. That's why.
But what does Jar mean by this? What situations has he been in that he just assumes everyone is out to stab him in the back? Well, this is most probably one of those cases where you just assume that others are going to do to you what you will do to them. Because if anybody is a backstabbing bitch, it's Jar. He's very willing to sort of like...
Well, yeah, toastify. This motherfucking piece of bread. Motherfucker.
Put the knife in and twist it. And from what I hear, it's because like he'll hold a grudge for like 5 years, 10 years, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, let's say somehow his Cinebear like affiliation alliance succeeded. Let's say the video goes off amazingly. Everyone's like, let's go. This is amazing. It's pretty likely that sometime in the future, when they have a falling out, JustARobot would forget all of that and then completely turn on his previous position just to go at Cinebear for whatever reason.
Which is something that I've heard, like, constantly behind the scenes about Jar. Like, anytime that Jar gets brought up with, like, other creators, they always kind of, like, say that Jar just shifts positions with whatever's happening, right? Whatever... What is it? It's whatever the actual situation is. So, like, let's say the wind is turning in a situation where it's like, use an example, like Spocter. The wind starts shifting in Spocter's direction, Jar will jump on that, but previously shit on Spocter, right? So it's like, I wouldn't even call it a grift. I would just say it's like a pathetic, wormy little way of doing things, right? Like it's a little worm. It's like a little snaky. It's like, oh, I'm gonna defend you, but if you have a falling out, I'm gonna fucking burn you. Or it's the opposite direction. You fucked me over. I'm gonna completely obliterate you. And then when things start to look better, I'm going to become your friend again. That's literally a snake mentality. That's a snake. It's a fucking snake.
Like that's what that seems to be like what he's done, and everyone just kind of skirt past it because everyone just thinks like, oh, he's just got the right opinion. Like it's fine.
The video we're currently watching clips from is his one on Hopeless Peaches, and like many other dramas in the past, the minute Jar has an opportunity to take a shot at somebody, regardless on what terms he is on with them, he will take it. Which makes this next bit incredibly ironic.
It doesn't matter how many times you shout them out, defend them in a drama, or anything else. To them, you're just another potential target for them to make a video on. So,
what? No shit, Jar. Jar, of course, you're in drama. Jar? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, I, unfortunately, had the displeasure of going through your Susie video today, because I had it beforehand. Because
this is where me and Lio differentiate on things, where I think any sort of shitting on Susie is just totally based and red-pilled. But he does have a point. He does have a point that Jar worked things out with Susie and then proceeded to completely and utterly shit on Susie at their lowest. It's like, it's kind of pathetic. Like, I couldn't imagine, like, making up with one of my ops and then a year down the line or less to start shitting on them all over again just to cause more problems.
I've had people tell me it was in there, and I wanted to make sure I knew. So I'm going to tell you what I saw in that video, Jar. I saw you dancing on the grave of somebody who, with the exception of voicing in a video, which you and her resolved between yourselves, dancing on the grave of somebody who'd been nothing but kind to you.
Jar will say that the accusations against him have been long debunked. And while we'll look into why he's been able to make that claim, there's one particular accusation that I really want to hone in on because it deserves some analysis.
Then to everybody in the ArtCC, guys, if your allegations about me being racist haven't worked the first 50 times, then they're not going to work this time.
Jar, it's obvious that it works on you. Here's my rationalization, right? If you don't care about something that people are saying, you don't constantly, continuously bring it up. You just kind of go, oh, I'm just not going to fucking talk about it. Like, it's that easy. It's that easy to do that. Like, if somebody is making up obscene shit about you, or like shit that is just totally false, like if they're like, oh, he's a racist, and like, who cares? Why even talk about it? It obviously bugs you. If you're going to throw it in a YouTube video at a random point in there, it's showing it's getting to you. It gets under your skin. Like, I can't. This dude is so weak-willed.
Like, seriously, I have been called racist by the ArtCC for doing an accent. At this point, things are just getting petty.
At the risk of making Jar sound dangerously based, let's just say the racism accusations are more than just doing some voices. Now,
personally, for me, okay, I don't really care that Jar said the N-word.
Well, I don't personally care.
I really don't care that Jar said the N-word and then race-swapped his robot. I really just don't give a shit.
I think that there is more than enough here that if you wanted to make that accusation, it is a
okay, Beckett, convince me.
Reasonable one to make.
Convince me why I should care, Beckett.
And Jar getting so upset about it is absolutely insane.
The only time I remember him saying it was when he said, say, but even then that was
debate?
Make fun of a white girl. Oh, so your thumbnail maker is either a racist white person or a according to you. I decided to reveal my true colors. I, JustARobot, am in fact black.
That is funny. That is funny. Get mad at me all you want. I think that's fucking hilarious. It's even funnier that he is the whitest man imaginable. Look at him. Look at him. This is a white boy. I am white. Okay? My mother is from a Latin American country. I am a white man, though. I'm white. Look at this. I do not look as white as that guy. That is another version of a white person that I am afraid of. That's the kind of white person that would walk into a Waffle House and be like, damn, there's a lot of black people in here. That's the kind of white person we're dealing with.
Just to be clear, this goofy motherfucker is like the whitest person I have ever seen. And let's not forget about the outro song to this dude's old...
Okay, listen, Beckett showed me this song, okay? Okay? I will admit that the song is fucking crazy. I didn't care about the N-word thing, don't care about the race swapping of the character. This is a little insane. Why would you even do this?
Videos.
My eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube.
It's just why take this from American History X? Like, why do this?
Debunking SJWs and feminazis too.
That's so cringe. It's like the cringiest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, it really is just cringe. Whoa! Like, it really is.
Beckett should have cut the racism allegations from the video, especially since Beckett can be criticized for associating with ChrisTheNarc.
Okay. Fuck you.
We criticize reactionists in hopes they get the boot. JustARobot marches on.
I miss Gamergate 1. Yeah, back in the good old Gamergate days when the illustrious Kale stream was at the top of the game.
And before you say, hey Beckett, that's just the Battle Hymn of the Republic, what are you talking about, bro? It was noted by several sources that this rendition bears a striking similarity to the rendition in American History X.
Jew by Jew by Jew, the white man marches on.
See, that's why it's a bit of a problem. Do you see that part? That's why I'm like, ooh, that... Ew. Ew.
He was begging for me to explain how Colin...
I didn't know Vlad was in that movie. Yeah, didn't you know that Vlad was like the main character? He like stomped out that guy, you know?
A black woman, an ugly little black thing is racist.
Jar was
Wait,
around
what?
for Gamergate 1 likely.
He was. Hold on.
He was begging for me to explain how calling a black woman an ugly little black thing is racist.
Okay, listen. All right, listen. I have a lot of things to say about people. I rarely point out their race. It's so ridiculous to even do it in the first place. Like, I don't understand why people like point race as like a thing to bring up like in the first place. Like, who gives a shit if you're black, white, Latino? Like, who cares? Like, if you're an idiot, you're an idiot. Like, calling a black woman a little ugly black thing, you're like what you are. Your foot is like over the line. I'll admit that.
Oh my god!
Wait, is that what he actually said? Because I've never heard the racism accusations.
He did.
He did it to Leon as a joke. I never called him a little black thing before.
It's bad.
He
like,
called,
oh my god.
Yeah, he called Omnia a stupid black woman for...
Okay, hold on. Omnia is stupid. I wouldn't point out her race, but she is a retard. Her and Kai are retards.
For them having a disagreement. He then went on to he had made a video on something about race bending, because he always has beef with like black characters in anime.
How do you have beef with black people in anime? Like, how do you even start a fight? How do you start a beef? How do you start a beef with black anime characters? That is like really the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Yeah, you know, Jar used to beef with black anime characters.
But you know what? You can have your own opinion, even though it's sus in my opinion. But anyway, in that video, he called Michelle Obama a man, and like...
Whoa. Jesus.
What?
I had like some...
Can somebody please send me a clip of Jar calling Michelle Obama a man? Can one of my mods find that? I like... Can somebody please find me that? That's crazy.
Racist memes in there. Yeah, and then he's like, straight up, he's just like...
Wait, did I miss something? How did it sound like the song from American History X other than them both being based on the Battle Hymn of the Republic?
So
that
Baron...
feels like a stretch.
So Baron, there's gonna be a call with Jar, where he's gonna extrapolate on it. You'll figure out what Beckett's doing here.
Likes to say the N-word and just like say crazy things, but he says that it's because he has apparently his black roommate doesn't mind it, so... Straight up, he just likes to say the N-word and just like say crazy things, but he says that it's because he has apparently his black roommate doesn't mind it, so...
White guy has a token black guy. White guy thinks he can say crazy racial shit all the time because he knows one black guy. Like, I can't really, like, criticize that. I'm going to throw my hands up. Leon has pressured me into saying the N-word before. I really don't care. It kind of, like, thins out the audience of people that are idiotic, that don't understand that it's me, like, fucking around, and that me and Leon are, like, fucking with each other.
I wasn't
but
so
like,
sure about
I'm not gonna
this
pretend
guy,
that people can't
but
be
after
upset
he
at
made
that.
fun of the member of
I
the
can't
most
turn around and
disrespectful
go,
group in
man,
American
you know, it doesn't
history and
bother
ugly little
Leon.
black thing,
It doesn't
my
bother
eyes have been
Leon when I
opened.
say it, right?
Perhaps we
I can't
treated
do
Jar
that.
too harshly.
I can't turn around and go, well, it doesn't bother Leon, so that means I'm okay to say it whenever I feel like it. No, I can't. I'm just not randomly, willy-nilly just gonna start dropping it. You know, I wasn't sure about the Jar guy, but after he made fun of a member of the most disrespectful group in American history, the ugly little black thing, my eyes have been opened. Perhaps we treated Jar. Okay, Andy Pants.
And it's not even racism against black people.
I've got a black friend.
That's so pathetic. I have a black friend, so me saying racially charged things at black people are okay. That's Jar's mindset. That is crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Like, how do you do that? That's some shit you do in, like, middle school when you're learning about people with different ethnicities when you're a child. Like, how the fuck do you do that as a grown adult?
Literally.
Yeah, he actually made a video. He said, I asked my black friend, that is his roommate, Professor Dreadlock. He said he's fine. So.
Of course his black roommate's name is Professor Dreadlock. You know those woke videos where he thinks adding black people to shows in anime is ruining the show? What is he, synthetic man? What the fuck? Wait, did Jar ever... Jar does do the Jewish question on a few things, though.
Oh, like, he wasn't mad about it.
Oh
I don't know.
God. And he
He's a black roommate. Okay, never mind. Carry on.
did a video where he said that Asian people speak English.
Yeah.
Good.
I am like the last person to like cover this section. Like I'm the last. I just find that fucking funny.
All of it. Something about Jewish people. Oh,
A lot of the people who worked directly under Larry Fink were Jewish, up to the point.
He pointed it out so heavily. Did you hear that? He was like, "Yeah, a lot of guys that work under Harry Finkel are Jewish." Listen. We are pro-Jew here. We're very pro-Jew. Frogan lost. Frogan L.
Point that a lot of people who worked in the company called his desk, quote, Little Israel.
What a fucking title.
And this is why some people have accused me of asking the Jewish question.
Now, nothing I'm presenting here is particularly new. Jar's been dealing with these accusations for years now, and they are, to be fair, very much a product of the environment in which he used.
Just listen to that interview with the Jar victim who got traumatized by drawing clothed titties. I'm fuming. Wait, there's an interview with the person who made that shitty document? Can somebody find me that? Can one of the mods find me that and then link it to me?
To exist. The issue lies in the fact that he's such a whiny bitch about them anytime they're brought up. Now, I want to be fair, but it's very difficult to paint a picture of a guy I've never even spoken to, which, let's be honest...
Given Ant did the interview. Who? Who the fuck is Given Ant? Who the hell is Given Ant? I put his time. Why is it only ants? Okay. Oh, it's all one word. Okay.
Do I even
28 minutes. Oh God, kill me. All right.
Only left me with one option. I'm interested as to why this bothers you so much, because, you know, I think those of us who've been around a while all have sort of our edgier elements.
You actually talked about that in the video you did with Kumo.
Fuck you, Enla.
I mean, Akumu. You did, remember? I remember.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned some things along those lines. And it's interesting watching your reaction to that.
I know. The reason why I think I had such a visceral reaction before the Cine Bear stuff, that was the closest I ever.
Jargoons to peaches. He gooned to the moon but never came back.
Yes.
Was the closest I have ever come to being canceled. Prismate Luke talked about it, Thuman, Kai, and a bunch of other people were going to talk about it.
You should have just doubled down, bro.
I apologized very early on, and then it kind of went away, but people kept on bringing it up, and it's kind of become a meme, in a way. It's like, I even brought it up in my Cine Bear video, like, come on, you don't even think I'm racist? Boo! Like, it's kind of become a meme. I've kind of accepted it, but when it first happened, my biggest connection with another YouTuber was Kuro the artist, and Prismate Luke painted me incredibly uncharitably. Like, he claimed that my roommate's avatar, he wasn't my roommate at the time, but now he is, but my roommate's avatar, Professor Dreadlock, was a quote-unquote blackface version of me, even though the only thing they have in common is it's in the same art style.
Which is fair. Prismate Luke did do a lot of, like, shady shit. I'll be honest. I never liked Prismate Luke. Even when I was just a viewer of YouTube, I never liked Luke. So I can buy what Jar's saying here. That Prismate Luke, like, made up shit. Bro, like, it's not shocking that Luke would do something like that.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I've seen that image. I've only seen the one where you've got sort of your robot character properly sort of race swapped in your video.
Luke, don't come back. Don't come back. Stay away. You suck. You've sucked for years, and I don't even know how you blew up in the first place, but you sucked ass. Okay? Wait, no, I do know how they blew up. I watched the Cecil McFly video. Well, duh. Shout out Cecil.
You're talking about, I believe, Sean King and some of the stuff that's happening around black identitarian politics.
Yes, that's another. I don't personally think that was blackface, but what happened there is the artist who did my original avatar.
And I'm gonna be honest, him race swapping his persona thing, I can't even call. Like, can you call that blackface? I don't even think you can. It's a goddamn PNG. Like, can we call that blackface? If Jar put on shoe polish and went on camera all over his face and started doing a jig, then I'll call it blackface. Okay? I will call it blackface.
Drew that picture of me because that's how she assumed I looked in real life. And if you've seen any leaked pictures...
Yeah, like Pie Man. Pie Man did blackface. Pie Man did blackface with a swastika on their chest and walked up and went, "Hello, fellow future employers. I'm a racist, Nazi, homophobic." Like, that is blackface.
Of me, I don't...
Can somebody find me that clip? Like, actually, a Pie Girl doing that is the funniest thing to me. Hold on. Is there, like, actually a clip of that? Is it allowed on YouTube still? I need to find it. Hold on. Pie Man blackface clip. Yeah, find me that clip, Shogun. I love that clip.
Don't look a thing like that.
I
actually send it to people randomly. Like, I sent it to my dad, and he was like, "What the fuck is going on? Why would you send me this?" And I'm like, great question. How do you feel about this?
Aware of the leaked pictures. I will say I know that your sort of face...
Is that the real Andy Pants? No.
Isn't out there. So if any like image of you is used, it will be blurred. So I'm not sort of face revealing you. But I know those images are sort of pretty widely shared around. I think I've seen them on Twitter as well at this forum.
I've already shown Jar's face on this YouTube channel. It's whatever.
I just hate that everybody uses the lowest res image of me. I'm like, there's literally...
No, my dad was disgusted. He was like, "The hell is this?" And I'm like, lol.
Like, every image of me that I leaked, it was higher quality than that one, but everybody loves to use the one where I'm in low resolution for some reason.
I think it's the Superman shirt, mate. I'm going to be honest with you. Then that has a lot to do with it.
I think it's embarrassing to admit that I'm wearing a Superman shirt right now.
Well, fair enough. But okay, I think that sort of clears up that question. No, actually, no, sorry, I had one other thing.
Yeah, that is a good question, Enla. Like, wouldn't you want the low res so that people don't know what your face looks like, and maybe it might make you less ugly? You know? Why would you be upset about that?
The song you use at the end of your videos, the Battle Hymn of the Republic, that you had for the way those videos ended. I heard through one of the people I spoke to, in fact several of the people I spoke to, that it bears a striking similarity to American History X. I sort of just wanted to ask whether that...
So, Baron, this answers your question.
In any way was an inspiration, because the wording has similarities to that particular song in ways that it doesn't have to the original hymn.
Oh, no, that's perfectly understandable, and that is accurate. I heard...
So, it's accurate. He literally ripped the American History X song and then shifted it into something else.
The song growing up, Glory, Glory, Hallelujah. Then I watched a movie, American History X, while I was actually creating my channel, and I thought...
What a weird, like, origin story for your YouTube channel. Yeah, I was watching American History X before I made my YouTube channel, and I was just like, lol, it would be funny if my outro was just a rip of the guy singing that song. Why would you admit that?
And when I heard that racist rendition of it, I thought, oh, I'm going to make my own rendition of this song. Like, it's a rendition of a rendition. And one of my friends, who's not my friend anymore, helped me come up with the lyrics. And yeah, that's where the song came from. By the way, highly recommend the movie American History X. My one
I really recommend American History X. He's not wrong. It is a good movie. It is a really, really good movie. It's very triggering to people with pathetic sensibilities, but it's a good movie.
Problem is when the white nationalist guy is shooting, that gun had way too much ammo for a pistol.
As a final element of this section, I'd just like to hone in on the element of Jar making apologies, because in this regard, it can be difficult to take them at face value.
Well, the reason it's difficult to take him at face value is from a consistent pattern of behavior where he will set out apologies, backtrack on said apologies, and then twist the apology later when you call him out on it. That's literally been a playbook.
Help me with my apology video. That's going to be on me, and I'm...
Yeah, you guys picked up on his autism, not me. He counted the bullets. He's like, hey, there's too many bullets in this gun. That is the one significant issue that I have. That pistol should not have been able to shoot out 20 rounds. It only, for a Beretta clip, does 12 or something. Like, it's... He literally is Archer. Not like cool Archer, like autistic Archer.
Jar, here's the problem.
Yeah.
Your apology video, it's not going to have any value to it. And the reason why it's not going to have any value to it because you have gone on record before saying you will revoke apologies.
Like, I'm seeing Kumo delete his channel, Fat W. Honestly, it's just pathetic to me.
That's...
Well, I haven't revoked all of them, but like...
And here lies a problem with a lot of the stuff with Jar. The dude has no spine and no conviction. However, I do have to thank Jar for one thing, because if I continue playing the clip that set up the racism segment, it brings us nicely onto our next section.
Try calling me sexist next time. At least there's plenty of evidence for that allegation.
During the latter half of his conversation with Chud Logic, FPS Diesel would make an appearance and drop...
Confusing. I see you in chat. My editor. Are you dropping the video? Confusing. Where are you? Are you dropping the video? Are you doing it finally after months? Confusing. 12:13. Hold on. I want to show the ACC people Pie Girl. Well, Pie Man. Back in the day. I am dead naming them, but I don't really care.
Hi, all future employers and potential employers. I'm a racist, sexist, homophobe, and all-round bigot. Don't hire me, because I'll be a liability for your business and brand.
Yes.
That is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. That is not supposed to be censored. In the original video, it just shows the swastika. It just shows the swastika. Is the funniest... That's blackface. What Jar did is not blackface. Look, hold on. Let's just watch it again.
Possible.
Hi, all future employers and potential employers. I'm a racist, sexist, homophobe, and all-round bigot. Don't hire me, because I'll be a liability for your business and brand.
That is blackface. If you ever get into an argument with somebody over the semantics of blackface, just show them this video. Just show them that video.
I miss the Wild West internet.
True.
An unexpected bomb.
Stream's dead now? I've shown it before.
Shell.
Right, what is this?
What a great time for you to appear.
Yo, you're all...
Oh no, not the audio clip. No, not the pussy clip again. The fact that Diesel went on Chud's live stream and played this is maybe the most baller fucking move I've ever seen in my life. I'm just gonna be honest.
Good.
Where is Confusing? Where is he? I know he's in the chat.
You can finish it up tomorrow, in fact. Yeah. What a cute little pussy.
You think he says that to his girlfriend? He's like, he does it in like the nasally voice. He's like, I'm such a cute little pussy. Oh god, that voice just makes me want to kill myself. That's very tipster. You know, remember when Tipster said, do you want to kiss Psych Draws, or like whatever the fuck happened with that? I'm trying to remember exactly. I don't know if Psych's still here, but she'll probably be traumatized with me asking. But like where it was like kiss, like Psych's bio said something and Tipster was like, hey, you like want to actually kiss? And he was like, never mind, that was a joke. That's literally what Jar did.
Now this raises an interesting question. Is this an outlier, or does Jar have some sort of well-known history?
Also, we have 373 people here, but only 61 likes on this live stream. That discrepancy is abysmal.
In relation to his odd behavior towards women.
I mean, look, I told you in DMs before, you throw a rock at a woman in this community, they'll tell you a story about Jar. It's like an instinctive reaction.
And that was like the thing that Beckett was telling me. He's like, dude, you have like no idea how many women have stories about him. I was like, I literally said, there is no way it is that bad. Like, he has to be autistic. Like, that has to be like the main focus, right? Like, there's no way he's like this insane. Okay? Beckett was right. Beckett was 100% right. I was trying to be like mildly like, there is no way in hell he's that bad. Like, there's definitely a pattern, but it's not that bad. And I was proven so wrong.
That's not an understatement. Basically, every woman I've spoken to has a story. And in some cases, people have heard about this project and are just sending me their DMs with Jar. Now, I'm going to level with you. I want to limit this to the conversations I've actually had with people who have platforms. Because it's quite easy in situations like this for people to come out with accusations, which are later shown to be false. That being said, we are going to start with Jar's former artist, given that they're a bit of a ground zero for this being discussed.
Okay. This is my friend. I'm not going to say who it is. But, like, yikes. I can't believe she actually did the interview. Hi, friend. I know you're watching right now somewhere. Hello, friend. I hope this isn't... I hope this isn't the worst day of your life that I'm reviewing this.
Worked with Jar as his artist.
Mhm.
Can you tell me some of the interactions you had with Jar?
Yeah, well, most of it on my side was just like super professional and like, you know, like it started out really, really professional and simple, like any kind of client relationship you would expect. But
I'll give them secondhand embarrassment. They'll laugh about it. They'll hate me later.
after, I'd have to check the date, but after like not too long, he started to want to VC with me. So
That is okay. That is like the craziest thing. It's like, hey, I need you to do something professional. This is a professional working relationship, right? Yet Jar says, I need you to VC me. Why? What's the point of VCing? It's literally just commissioning an artist, okay? The only times I have ever been in a call with any of my artists is when I'm commissioning something or I'm playing video games with them because I've become friends with them, right? Like, I'm not asking them, like, hey, VC now, VC now, VC now, VC now. I'm always in a call with other people. The only other time that I've talked privately to my artists is, like, when, like, with Mishi, right? Like, when we're changing a few things for thumbnails, I'll call her and be like, hey, we're going to change a few things. Or I'll call my other artists and say, hey, I want to commission some new artwork. But, like, that is it. That's the extent of it, or playing D&D. That's really it. I don't understand why Jar would be like, hey, I need you to VC. VC now. VC now, you're a woman. Please, please, please. You're a woman. A woman. A woman. A woman. You know, that's what Jar's doing. It's thirsty. You can feel the thirst in those DMs.
He asked me to VC him. If this was the first time he ever asked me, and I was like, oh, yeah, I can totally. That was a response to something else. I basically was like, I was like, I can probably VC in a little bit. And this was the first time I thought, oh, maybe I'll humor him. I mean, maybe he's a nice guy. Maybe I'll VC him. I don't know. Because usually I think it's like a client thing. Like maybe he wants to talk about art.
Also, reminder, just to shill a little bit, make sure you hit the link in the description or in the comments section for the Lockout trading card game. Make sure you do that. It comes with my card. And they also have a Halloween special right now going on. So make sure you check that out. I already talked to them about a JustARobot card. We're working on some concepts for that if they decide to do it. So I will let you know the second, if they do it, a JustARobot card will be dropped. So make sure you pre-order a Halloween pack now, and then when the JustARobot card drops in the new packs, get JustARobot.
But I realized that maybe he just wanted to chat as friends or something. I don't know. I didn't know him at all. And so he was...
Yes! You get my card if you use my link in the description with your own pack.
It's like, awesome, just so you know.
At least that's how I remember it went. Yes, the Lockout trading cards are real. They're like physical cards. Look, ooh, physical. Okay? Physical cards. Physical. Boogie. You know, holding a gun. You got Wings of Redemption. All this shit. The whole pack. Look, I'll even show you. It comes in a nice little cassette tape deck with all the cards. So make sure you go buy it.
Oh, sometimes I say off the cuff shit, lol. And I responded with, don't even sweat it. I'm the same way. I only censor myself if the other person isn't into the more edgy humor I'm into. And then he said, this is the weird part. He said, okay.
Maybe I could convince them to like put a Halloween version of me as the Rat King.
Okay, cool. I just don't want to.
Maybe that'll be my next card. The Art CC's Rat King.
Who's another person.
Maybe if they do an art commentary community set, I can tell them like, hey, put me in there as a Rat King.
And who is so useful.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I want mine signed by you, have a P.O. box for signatures. We are working on that. So, TBD. Okay, to be determined on when I will potentially start signing cards and doing that. I gotta talk to Bubba. It's been forever, and I completely forgot to send him like my signature. I don't know if we're still doing that, but like once I get a P.O. box, I'll start doing that. I have like no problem with it.
Yeah, these conversations were weird. When he said that, I was like, okay, no worries. And then I disappeared, never VC'd him. And then I got another message saying, are we not VCing? And I had told him that I accidentally fell
What, this framed? I'm sorry. I don't have a P.O. box yet.
asleep, which was probably bullshit. I just didn't want to VC him. But, you know.
While requests to just jump into a voice call aren't unique to Jar within the ACC, he has certainly garnered a reputation for being a little bit...
You will be shocked, Will, how many people play the Lockout trading card game. The U.S. military loves the Lockout trading card game. I've literally talked to these people that the Lockout guys are like marketing to and everything. For some reason, the U.S. military members absolutely love Lockout. It's not even a joke. DSP cards, they're already DSP cards. DSP, Wings of Redemption, Cyrax, Smokey, Kiwis, all these people that are scribes like myself, and then the cows. It's basically the same. It's almost like the same rules as Magic the Gathering. I mostly get these to like collect them because now they're PSA graded too. So they can be collectibles and you can make money off of them in the future.
Weird about the whole thing, even amongst that crowd. You all know me. I'd love to do the whole kind of concerned, I think this is a really serious problem. It's also just fucking hilarious.
You said this to me before, that basically my surprise was surprising, because I kind of forget not everyone is just kind of used to it. Jar asking about women's pussies is nothing new. He did it all the time when we would be...
That is so weird that he's just asking women about their pussies. Like, I couldn't imagine being a content creator and being like, to every woman that ever approaches me, like any of them, friends, randoms, and just being like, unprompted going, hey, how's your pussy? Like, wait, what the fuck? That's like not a normal thing that a man does or should do. Like, if you're going to try and get in the pants, you should at least put a little effort into it. You shouldn't just be out the gate going, how that pussy, though? Like, you can't really get away with that.
You see, like, oh, God, back when Peaches was still around, he used to ask us all sorts of inappropriate shit, and...
Will there be a Frogan lolcow card in the future? Well, you never know.
Will there be a Frogan lolcow card in the future?
I want to convince them to do a whole bread tube deck. I want to do a whole bread tube deck. I want to. I got to talk to Bubba about some of these ideas, and if they're willing to do it. It's kind of tough. Distributors are being a little weird. But, like, all in all, I want to do a bread tube deck where Frogan is Frogan the Hutt. Like, I want that. I want that bad. Okay?
people kind of just rolled their eyes, and it was like, it's just Jar. He's too stupid to be a problem, so, like, just roll with the punches. I mean, look, Jar crying to get in VCs with people is really common. The cock joke is really common.
What do you mean?
Asking about...
Yeah, like, imagine just being like, how is your pussy? You know? Do I have chef cards? No. Unfortunately, there are no chef cards yet. One day. A Keffels card? There are Keffels cards. Mixed in with tipsters cards. Let me see if I can find it. Because I designed the tipster cards with the artists. Here we are. Let me just switch to the talk screen. I'm gonna show lolcow for a little bit. So as you can see here, this is the tipster trading card. Who's that in the background? Who's that in the background right there? That's Keffels doing cocaine. So you can definitely get these. There's a lot of good cards. A lot of good ones. You also got Tippy the Hutt, made by Psych Draws, another one of the artists I work with. Bunch of other people, bunch of other creators. So make sure you go pick up a lolcow trading card deck. Link into the description, on the channel, and in the comments. Okay? Make sure you buy them. You'll get a tipster card. Maybe. All right, that's my show.
Oh. What do you mean by crying to get into VCs with people?
When my first ever interaction with Jar, the first time he ever DM'd me, he was like, hey, can you get into VC? I'm really sad and want to talk to someone. And I was like, what?
What? You have no idea how many Chris Chan cards there are, Star.
I'm like, so...
There was a whole deck at one point of Volume 1 limited edition Chris Chan Sonichu rares. These are no longer in circulation. They might put them back in the future. I have no idea. I don't want to speak on their behalf. But look at this box. Look at this box. Can you see my card? Yeah. Let me grab one. Right here. Let me show you my card. Because the lighting's like all fucked up in my room. That's my card. Very, very generic. But because I'm a scribe, I don't look like a monster. So, you know.
And of course, this was, God.
Thank you. Thank you, Gaming Watch.
How many years ago was this now? I had forgotten about this exchange. I only...
If you want to hit that link right up there, it'll bring you right through my affiliate link, and you can get the Halloween special, the movie special. You can still buy the Volume X, which has my card in it, right here. You can literally buy this deck, and you might be able to get my card. These are the Horror House cards. I would recommend checking these out, too.
Remember, I just saw it because I went back into my DMs to find the other stuff.
And this is also mentioned in the conversations I had with long-standing member of the community, Sunny. But what we need is almost a case study of a particular instance where Jar's behavior is fully on display. Fortunately, one exists. Let's talk about VidCon. Now, to provide you a bit of forewarning, the stories I'm about...
Okay, I'm gonna be, like, brutally honest. I heard this story, and I was like, bruh. Like, there's no way this is, like, a real story. It's like, there's no shot this is a real goddamn story that you're about to tell. He was like, no, like, they straight up stand by this. And I'm like, no way Jar is, like, that much of a fucking weirdo.
To tell you about VidCon 2023 are quite autistic. Allow me, though, to set the scene for you. A few days prior to the event, Jar would release a thumbnail for his upcoming Spoctor video, which included a reference to EDP. Even with the allegations against Spoctor, some people felt this went a bit far. One of whom was Mally.
I had seen that, and I replied to his thumbnail thing on Twitter being like, hey, this is fucking dumb. Don't imply someone is, as bad as EDP when they're not.
So here's where I'm not going to be a hypocrite, okay? Like, jokingly, because I thought Keffels was going to be at VidCon Baltimore, I tweeted at Keffels and said, hey, do you want to play Topgolf? Like, I'm pretty sure you could still find the tweet. That was me just, like, fucking around, okay? I didn't actually want to meet up with Keffels. I didn't actually want to talk to Keffels, all right? Like, it would be funny as hell if she showed up. I'd just call her a bitch to her face. But, like, there's a difference between what I did, which is, like, a joke, and then the things that you are going to hear here that I think is deranged.
The fallout from this thumbnail was actually...
It's over a thumbnail, mind you. This is all over a thumbnail. This isn't about, like, Keffel stealing $100,000 for GoFundMe, or, like, lying about me, or, like, all this other shit that she did, Like, this is about a thumbnail.
Pretty significant, and it's become its own little bit of Jar lore within the art commentary community. It actually even ended his friendship with another creator who goes by Harley. But personally, I think the far more interesting story is the fallout that occurred during...
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like me fucking around publicly and then him privately DMing people going, hey, we should talk. We should get drinks. How, I know you just called me out on Twitter, but we should definitely talk. Like, that's so weird. Like, that is so weird. It's me versus me putting out a shit post.
During VidCon. It seems that Jar was...
Is Harley still active? Yeah, Harley TBS is still active.
Very keen to meet up with other creators and have a conversation during the convention, with Mally bearing the brunt of his attentions. The DMs she would receive over the next couple of days are incredibly fucking weird. I don't want to read them in full, but I will give you a solid summary. Jar begins by making it clear his intentions are...
Let me see here. Yep, both Peaches and Lio and the others who you more than likely don't know. I'll ask them why they gave the go-ahead then. I don't really think talking your video with them makes sense because it's your video. That is true. But maybe they'll have something to say about why they thought it was fine. Well, if you would like to talk about it in VC with me, then we can. I don't articulate myself well over text. I'm still in transit at the moment, haven't gotten to the Airbnb yet, but maybe once we're settled, although I'm not sure there'll be a time for VC stuff during VidCon. We could talk in person. At VidCon, just me and you over drinks. Maybe you could come to my hotel room with me. LOL, just kidding. Bro. The thirst. The thirst! The thirst! The thirst is so heavy, Jar. I can feel the thirst. No way. I'm not going to spend VidCon time on that sort of thing. I want to focus on holiday stuff, which, yeah, you're at VidCon. You don't want to, like, dwell on drama and debate somebody over drama, over a thumbnail at VidCon. Like, what is the point of doing that? Let's see here. Did you see the last message? Sent it the same time as my message, lol, but also XD still no way. Fuck! Well, I still would like to meet you. I do hold your opinions high as Peaches and Lios. But they don't like Spoctor at all, so they might have had a lapse in thinking. I just haven't seen anyone say you went too hard on Spoctor until you came along. Hell, most people said I went too soft on the guy. Oh my god. He is the art commentary community's tipster.
To talk about the current drama, Mally is not very receptive to that. However, when she refuses a VC, Jar makes the very sensible move of suggesting they meet up for drinks and then possibly going to his hotel room. He does phrase this as a joke, but it is incredibly sexually aggressive nonetheless. After this, a few days would pass, and Jar's pleas for meeting up become even more desperate. At one point saying he would...
Wait, okay. What? Okay. How desperate do they get, Beckett? I want to meet up at 12 at the water fountain. Didn't she say she didn't, like, want to see you? Like, didn't she say at one point, I don't want to waste my time at VidCon debating, like, drama? Is essentially what she was saying. I'm not at VidCon anymore. Going home to rest, so nah. Enjoy your day. I meant tomorrow. I also left. I think it's close to 9 or 10 p.m. Nah, I'm good. I got a lot to do over VidCon as it is. All right, but what do you look like? All right, but what do you look like? Because the badges are hard to read fast. Also, I can't hear everyone's voices at the same time. Yeah, bro, no means no. Like I'll respect the fact that you don't want to talk, but what do you look like? What do you look like?
Hey, how's your pussy?
Okay, fuck you. The out of context Twitter account that is ran by somebody that is me. Wow, you got me. You got me.
Wouldn't threaten or berate.
Oh, I'm not done reading. I got totally I just got totally owned on Twitter. Let's see here. I don't really want to meet up. I don't want to talk about YouTube /work /drama. I don't want to talk about the video and Twitter stuff. Just vibing with my girls. I didn't want to talk about any of that. I just want to say hello and have a handshake and leave. She said no! She doesn't want to see you. It is apparent she doesn't want to meet up with you. How do you... Bro, if it gets... I swear to shit, if the autism gets blamed here, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, I don't believe that autism makes you continuously push when it is apparently obvious that this person does not want to see you. Like, oh my god. Don't want to talk about the video and Twitter stuff. Just vibing with the girls, all right. But it was a really bad time for all this drama to go down right before the con. To be honest, it's not about because of any drama. I just want to spend time with my friends and enjoy my VidCon meet and greets and stuff. I don't think that's a drama thing. Just doing my own thing on holiday. Okay, but please, no. I won't be like, bitch, were you too scared to come in a VC? Now you have nowhere to run, and I got a gun. What the fuck? What? Bro, no means no, and you can't just add that additional part in there. What is this? Hold on, I'm gonna read that again. Okay, but please no, I won't be like, bitch, you were too scared to come in VC. Now you have nowhere to run, and I got a gun. Yo, what the is happening? I just really want to talk for 15 seconds, then fuck off. I mean, you did chat with Harley a little. I hope it wasn't about me. Oh my god, he's so concerned that her and Harley were colluding together. Like, bro, you're so paranoid. You're a schizo. Like, what is wrong with you? Okay, that's a bit freaky that you even think that. Didn't cross my mind. And well, yeah, Harley is in our group. He's a mate, so I've been chatting with him a bunch about basically everything. And that has no influence on this. So he thinks that Harley was influencing her not to see him. That's crazy.
Her for not getting in a VC with him. Part of the problem here is that Jar's interactions seem to be largely like this with anyone he's having drama with.
Beckett, hold on. Does he say now you have nowhere to run and I got a gun? Does he say that to a bunch of women? Like, what the fuck?
In fact, Mally would receive DMs later on in October reference.
I want to hear the audio. Hey, Jar. Here you're still talking bad shit in public. Could you knock the fuck off? I'm sick of tired of hearing about the nonsense coming out of your mouth, especially when we both know it's not true. Knock it off, man. Google Docs, Molly. Oh my god, you're actually trying to intimidate me. What the fuck was in that Google Drive? See, now I'm going full autismo mode. 0 GB U Y M 2Q U A. I can't believe I'm actually typing this out. LIJU 0 EU. Okay. I fucked up somewhere. I don't care. I'm not typing this out.
This drama. Now we'll come back to Jar's.
I'm not typing this out. Oh my god, you're actually trying to intimidate me. Are you serious, bro? Fine. You want your fucking VC? Let's VC. I'm sending this to Lio for now. If you want him there to mediate to you or something, I don't mind. But I don't want Lio taking in talking in your defense during our call. I can't unpack every level of fucking stupid everything you just sent me was, but trust and believe I'm furious and exhausted with you. Leaves a voice note. Jar, you're the only fucking person talking about someone here. I haven't said jack and shit about you publicly, and you're the one that can't keep your mouth shut about me. Saying I don't like you because you were mean to Spockter, to randos in Senate. Oh my god! Oh my god! He was upset that people were talking shit in the Senate Discord. Incredible. Incredible. I can't imagine caring what Senate people think. Fuck off with your victim party. You want a VC, you can have it. After that, I don't want to see or hear a peep from you. So he sent a laughing emoji, 3 seconds. I'm at work for the next 5-ish hours. Organize something later.
Intimidation tactics and how incredibly fucking vindictive he can be in a later section. But I want to highlight here how long-running this drama...
Someone type in this link and see what happens. I don't want to sit here and type it all out, but I'm so curious if that Google Drive is still accessible.
Was over what was essentially a single tweet.
There's no way to describe this without it sounding uncharitable. Like, people describe this as he couldn't take no for an answer, which is just what happened, but that sounds like really sexual, and that's not what it was. I don't think. But yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I could define it as sexual. I would say obsessive. I would say creepy. Do I think he was trying to sleep with you at his apartment and would do anything? I don't believe so. Yeah, she shouldn't have called him. She should have just blocked him. But I guess she was just like, fuck it, I'll confront you at this point.
He was kind of just hunting for us at VidCon. We had...
Which is unhealthy.
We did the girly thing. It's we have the protection squad, so if someone spotted anything Jar adjacent, they sent a group message being stay indoors.
Now, Mally wouldn't be the only person to have some weird interactions with Jar throughout the convention.
Nah, you don't ask girlfriend, go to drinks, come back to his hotel room, not to be sexual, not buying the lol, JK. I would say, okay, Fembro, I see where you're coming from. I would say that is a massive red flag and an uncomfortable thing to say when somebody has a problem with you from a man to a woman thing, right? I can definitely see where you're coming from. But the intention in of itself may have not been sexual. So we're I don't know. I think it's creepy. I think it's very boundary pushing. I think she was I think Jar was just being a creep, if I'm being perfectly honest. But we don't know the intention, whether sexual or not. So I can't say that Jar was gonna do anything horrible to her. You know what I'm saying? You kind of get where my logic is there?
Another notable individual is Ponder. Now, Ponder was on lookout duty, and while chilling out outside,
she said file doesn't exist. Okay, so he deleted it. Okay, so this is Ponder, apparently. Ponder. My thing. I was tasked with keeping an eye out for Jar so that I could warn Molly and Harley if he was coming. In a feat and of itself, given that I didn't know what the guy looked like and had only been given a vague description of what he was wearing. While I was sitting outside of the convention with another person, I was talking to an older woman. During our conversation, she asked if I had a YouTube channel, and so I said my channel name out loud. After the woman walked off, I was approached by a man who had been sitting nearby. He started talking to me, but I wasn't able to properly hear what he was saying because of how he and I were positioned next to a giant fan. So I'm mostly reading his lips, going off of context clues. Oh my god. He reached out to shake my hand. When I reciprocated, he clasped the other hand around mine, cupping it. At some point, I thought I read him saying, I have a channel too, so I asked what the channel was. He leaned in and said, much louder and actually audibly, JustARobot. Oh my god, what is this, like a creep-ass intimidation tactic? What are you, the fucking mob? The hell is that? Let's see here. Before my brain could even process what he was said, my mouth yelled, oh god. And then he squeezed my hand between his, smiled and walked away, leaving me wondering if I'd hallucinated the dumbass interaction or whatever.
Find herself in a direct confrontation with Jar. I'm going to relay this to you really as simply as I can because it feels like a very convoluted story for a very small interaction. Ponder would be approached by Jar, who she did not recognize. They'd have a quick conversation, during which he'd mention he was also a YouTuber. When she asked, oh, what's your channel? He responded, JustARobot, gripped her hand tightly, and then laughed manically while walking away. Elements of this story have for some reason been hotly debated, whether Jar recognized Ponder, whether he laughed manically, but one thing is for certain, upon hearing the name JustARobot, Ponder exclaimed, "Oh God," and tried to pull away.
The kicker is he did it again this year. But another, I think 3.
Another 2 of our friends, yeah.
Two?
They
told us he they tried to chase them down.
No, I think they were either in like a hall or a panel beforehand. Jar spotted them, started coming towards them.
Oh wait,
they started
I was there.
like running away.
Okay, good.
Dude, that's so weird. That's so fucking weird. Like, here's an example, right? Here's like my interaction at like VidCon. I didn't recognize a single person there, right? Like I just saw like the Destiny Vosh debate panel. And I was hanging out with a couple of other people. And the only person I recognized was Stardust. I've never spoken to Stardust. We both were mutually following each other on Twitter. She's cool with people I know. I'm cool with people she knows. I saw Star, didn't bother her the entire time. And when she walked by, I said, "Hey, Star, it's nice to meet you. I'm Chris." And she was like, "Oh, yeah, okay, that's cool." And that is the interaction. I didn't hunt her down. I didn't start chasing after them. I didn't follow her around. That is such like a weird thing to me. That is like a weird thing to do. Is like, hey, I recognize that person. I'm going to start chasing them down and being like, hey, I'm just a robot. Like, bro. That is uncomfortable. Like, that is like an uncomfortable thing to do. Like, that's crazy to me. Especially at VidCon, where there's like constant stories of like crazy shit happening to like women and men. Like, I get why they were nervous.
Julie, can you just...
Yeah! Okay, so we were literally in the convention hall. We were doing some fucking...
Like, imagine flexing that you're just a robot.
Like, Descendants thing. It was so dumb. And we spotted him. And so Jar didn't know what I looked like. He knew what B looked like. And so I was like, "B, stand in front of me so that he can't fucking see you." And we were able to go through the thing. And then we started, like, making our way to where we could go up to the creator level because we had a panel that we wanted to go to.
Yeah.
So one of the people turned around and was like, "Oh, he's following us." And he was like really fucking close. So we just booked it for the escalator and we're like, "Oh my God, we're running late for the panel," like very loudly. And we just ran.
Yeah, and these are people as well, the other 2 creators that we aren't naming, that have already told Jar, like, to fuck off. And the thing that... it's a...
Wait, so Jar was, like, told the entire time, you need to fuck off. Like, nobody wants to interact with you. These people don't want to talk to you. At least I'm taking this person's word for it, right? And he just proceeded to still do it anyways. I get why the women in this community are creeped out by him.
Jarism at this point. He jumps up and down screaming about how no one is leaving him alone and everyone is like coming at him. But Jar's the only one that's like doing shit. Everyone else is like...
But have you noticed that it's mostly women he's doing this to? I don't think I've had like... I don't think there's been like a single guy that has been like treated this way by Jar. At least that's what this video is portraying, right? There's a lot of women with stories, but like Lio is an example of being treated like shit by Jar. So, Lio's maybe the exception.
Go away, and he doesn't.
I think Jar is very submissive with men. I think he has some preconceived notions about women. I'm gonna be honest.
VidCon 2023 is very much just a snapshot of who Jar is, and while I would love to present to you everything I've seen and been told about Jar, I've chosen to be
Wait, Beckett uploaded the entire call with Jar? Did he really? Cope and seethe. I don't see the full call.
I've chosen to...
Hold on. Did he put it, like, in the description? No. No, I don't think he did. I thought somebody in chat said that he dropped it. I'm like, what?
Selective to stuff that I can in some way verify.
Uh-oh. Hold on. I have a very important thing I need to answer right now. give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I need to let my presence be known. How do I do that? 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 No, that's gonna piss off all the friends I have. I'm just gonna send a smiling friends meme. There we go. Done.
Now I know that many of those stories are rolling out.
I mean, he's on record being submissive to Chud, Lio, Beckett, and Queeman. Don't forget Queeman in there.
the time of recording, and I'm sure there will be many interesting tales to tell of Jar's interactions with women. But I think the most interesting thing right now is if I just show you what he has to say about it.
He did drop the whole call, so it's unlisted.
One thing that has sort of been brushed upon, but no one's really gone in depth because I think a lot of it is behind the scenes. When FPS Diesel came in and played you the recording of the voice message that you sent to one of your
Intermission screen and a commission of chef spinning? Maybe. I don't do intermissions. Bro, the thing is, like, I'm a bad streamer. Like, I'm a terrible streamer. I should be streaming for like 8-9 hours, like what Chud does or something. Or like Queeman. I can't do it. I don't do intermissions. I don't do dead air if I can't help it, you know? Like, I get antsy. I don't like walking around and making you guys sit and chat. It's just ridiculous to me.
Artists. That became a bit of a sideliner. You know, Diesel comes in and drops a bombshell. Now, as far as I can tell, from what I've been told, every woman within the ACC who you've interacted with has a story like this. You know, and when I spoke to Lo about...
No, I don't have Larix's social battery. Larix stole, like, Larix just ripped, like, what me, Xylee, and the rest of the community does, where we do, like, 2-3 hour streams, and then it's over for the day. That's the thing. Commentary streamers don't stay live for very long if we can help it.
That's it.
No offense to the Larix. It was just a joke, brother. Just a joke. Just a joke, bro.
He said, well, I wasn't aware Jar was still doing that. My understanding was that Jar had a girlfriend now and had stopped.
It truly my sense of humor. This is how I joke around, and I really should have stopped joking around.
I have to answer a questionnaire now? God damn it, my friend group. No one. Budget, I don't know, like 600. I'm gonna go actually like 800. I don't know. I'm not doing this right now.
Like this once I got a girlfriend. This is not my attempts to hit on anyone.
Sure, it's again, like I guess my view towards you isn't sort of, well, this is flirtatious. Though there's I can see where that accusation comes from. I don't want to ascribe things. What I can say is this stuff is very, very.
Oh, hold on, I missed something.
And when I spoke to Lo about it, he said, well, I wasn't aware Jar was still doing that.
It's kind of crazy that people like in the ACC knew this like the entire time and like said or did nothing about it. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, the folly of this community is that they let shit go for like too long. Like, I know with us, we've done the same thing where it's like, oh, friends of ours we'll try and give them chances or whatever. But it seems like Jar has done more to like randos, and these randos didn't say anything either.
My understanding was that Jar...
Yeah, it seems too passive. Like, we're passive up to a point.
Has a girlfriend now and had...
This seems to have been going on for years, you know?
It truly my sense of humor. This is how I joke around, and
How is that a sense of humor? Like, seriously, how you treat these women, how is that a sense of humor? I don't think in my entire life I have ever, like, treated a woman like this as a sense of humor. Like, I get a kick out of it. Like, I've never thought of that before. That's like the weirdest thing to me.
I really should have stopped joking around like this once I got a girlfriend. This is not my attempts to hit on anyone.
I weirdly don't believe that. Like, I weirdly don't believe that. I just don't, Jar. There's too many instances of it not to be something along those lines.
Again, like I guess my view towards you isn't sort of, well, this is flirtatious. Though there's I can see where that accusation comes from. I don't want to ascribe things. What I can say is this stuff is very, very odd. I mean, let's talk about VidCon, because I've seen DM messages from you to Mally, and I've heard the stories of you sort of trying to find the girls at VidCon. And your interactions with Ponder. I mean, do you recognize these as sort of quite abnormal things to do?
Well, at first I wanted to meet up with Mal, and the others because I've interacted with them for so long. And then Mal just was like, I don't want to see you, and I wasn't looking for them. Like, I wasn't looking for Mal or the others. Like, I swear, first person I saw at VidCon was Harley. I think they were in a CVS pharmacy with possibly the right opinion. My roommate can confirm this for me. My roommate.
The Boblox and applying it to Jar. When Jar hit his late 20s, something primal awakened within him, broken and stopped feeding for a woman. Well, the thing is that Jar. So just to correct me, Thuman, if you're still in chat, just to correct me. When did Jar get his girlfriend? Was it this year, or did he have a girlfriend throughout these interactions? Because then Tommy's theory about men in their like mid to late 20s that are like severely autistic, or like just men in general, have like a mental breakdown that they'll never actually have sex or be with a woman or have a relationship with a woman. Like, somebody correct me on that. 2 years? Jar's in his 30s now, or he's 30 now, right? So about 28? I think Tommy's right. I think the same logic can be applied that was for Boblax that Tommy said to Jar now.
And I was just like, I don't want to interact with Harley. Like, Harley and the others are upset with me. I don't want to interact with them right now. And as for the thing at VidCon with Ponder,
do you want to give me your version of that? Because the version I've heard is you sort of approaching her and shaking her hand, telling her who you were, and then laughing manically while walking away.
Okay, yeah, I get that. So what actually happened was I sat down to eat some ice cream, and then I heard Ponder's voice, and I looked to my left, and I noticed, that person looks like Ponder. And then I read the name tag, and I was like, oh my god, this is Ponder. So I said, oh, are you Ponder Sprocket? She gave me a sticker. I shook her hand. I said, I'm also a YouTuber. And she says, oh, who? And I said, JustARobot. She yelled out, oh my god. And
That's how you know how bad your reputation is. Like, I'm a small channel. I'm not a big boy. I'm a glub shitto dipshit. 10K subs means absolutely nothing. So, like, 10, 100,000 to me doesn't mean shit. Like, I couldn't imagine, like, going around and, like, and, like, doing this where it's like, you've never met this person IRL. You're not friends with this person. And you go up to them, knowing your reputation, and you try to shake their hand regardless. Like, that to me is crazy.
I immediately let go of her hand. She says I squeezed it, but I distinctly remember letting go, like just letting go immediately because I didn't want it to linger. And then I walked away. And then when I got inside, I kind of laughed about it because of her.
So the laughing part is confirmable. You said it yourself that you laughed about meeting Ponder. So that can be corroborated for what Ponder was saying. The hand grabbing thing is like, it's 50-50, obviously. But the thing is like, I wouldn't put it past him. I won't say that it is 100% true, but I will say that the evidence stacked against Jar is making it very hard for me not to go full force on that.
Her reaction.
With the messages you sent to Mally, do you understand that those come across in quite... I know we're not saying flirtatious as a jokey side to it, but you did say, well, if you don't want to meet up or VC, we could meet for drinks and come to my hotel room.
And then I said lol JK or...
He prefaced with the lol JK, so it's okay. It's totally okay. He prefaced with the lol JK. Don't you know? Don't you know that just immediately makes everything less creepy? Guys, I'm going to teach you something as men. Okay? I'm going to teach you something as men. If you want to be the nice guy to a woman, all you have to do if you feel like they're creeped out, just say lol JK at the end. It'll change the dynamic immediately. What the hell did Fembro send me? It's like kind of accurate though. It's kind of like it's totally accurate. It's actually good.
Something.
Sure, but that's still a very aggressively sexual thing to say, right?
Yes, I realize that. I'm
gonna be the Andrew Tate of this group to the men watching right now. Just add lol JK. It'll immediately stop the creepiness, and they will immediately take it as a joke. Women can't tell when you're joking. Duh.
No, I need to stop this. I've been given warnings about it. It's just now finally catching up to me. But This is something that is this is my one of my biggest character flaws, and it
Just say I wouldn't even rape you. Yeah, true. Hard truth. Just a prank, little bro. Just a prank. It's just a harmless prank. Just a harmless prank, dude. It's not that big of a deal. Thank you all so much, by the way, for all the generous donations so far.
It's always been my style of humor, and I don't know how. I'm going to try to get better, but sometimes I think, can I even do that?
What do you mean? Jar, how do you... Just stop doing weird shit in DMs. It's not difficult. It's actually the easiest thing that you can do is to cut communication with people. It's super easy. Just stop doing it. Your mindset is that of such a weak-willed individual. This whole thing of being like, I don't know, sometimes I think I can't even change. Bro, that's because you're in the mindset. You put yourself in the mindset that you won't change. You did that to yourself. You have to want to stop before you come to that conclusion. From this sentence, it shows that you don't want to, or that you are so inept and so weak that you can't. Like, what is happening? Like, how weak are you, Jar?
Because I mean, again, looking at even like minor players like Sunny, you posed, I believe, her to voice a character, a mouse that would be in love with you for your videos.
No.
Okay.
Wait. Okay. I don't think her character was supposed to be in love with me. There was just okay. So,
are we not going to bring up that she also said that Jar loved her voice so much, and if he had a perfect woman, she would have his. She would have if Jar had a perfect woman. The exact verbiage. What was it again? Jar told her that she had the perfect voice, and if his perfect girlfriend would have her voice, and then asked her to voice act in a video of a mouse that is obsessed with JustARobot. Isn't that like actually what she said? Are we not going to press on that a little bit more in the importance of the beginning part of that?
You know how, what was it, Resident Evil 4, I believe, how there was this like mouse, like people were memeing that like the president's daughter was like this mouse version of herself?
No way. I swear to God. Hold on. Let me find Cope and Seethe. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find this. See, now I have to pull this up. Here it is.
And unfortunately,
now that I think about and one of the weird things Jar would do is like the first time we met, it was like pancake day or whatever, so I was making pancakes and I think I was wearing a pajama set or something. I don't even think they were pajamas now that I think about it, but I was wearing some form of leisure wear. And he was like, "Oh my God, look, it's a girl in pajamas, pajama girl." And I was like, "Huh?" I was like, what a weird fucking thing to say. Okay. And then ever since that day, he just called me, "Oh my God, it's pajama girl. Hey, pajama
Whatever.
girl."
All
like
right. Yeah,
endlessly.
Let's get to it.
He also he also used to be like, you know, pajama girl, I always think about my dream girl, and my dream girl has a voice like you. And I was like,
Let me just replay it if you missed it.
and my dream girl has a voice like you. And I was like,
Is nobody like? Are we gonna kind of like pass by that?
Sure.
Yeah, and as I've never played Resident Evil 4, I do not know if her and Leon get into a relationship, but the mouse was supposed to say things like, "Cheese whiz, Mr. Jar," and stuff like that, and then she told me she didn't want to do that, and I assumed it was because of the cheese whiz part, but later she explained to me that she's from Wales, and Mr.
Are we not gonna bring up the fact that you said that you would want your perfect woman to have that voice? Okay, no, it's not my girlfriend.
Implies a form of like authority over someone, and I had no idea about that. That's not
Ain't no woman can tie this guy down, Yo-Yo Pizza Boy.
Thing, as far as I'm aware in the States, Mr. is just like what you call an adult male where I'm from.
Okay. Okay, that again clears up. You know, and again, I know.
I'm gonna be honest, Beckett. You could have pressed them a little bit on the voice thing. I'm gonna be real, dude.
I know the artist in question, who you sent those voice messages to.
Who is it?
So,
isn't that a little crazy that Jar needs to be like, who was the artist? Because I don't remember. I send stupid DMs like these to multiple people all the time. Like, is that not indicative of like him just continuously doing this no matter what? Like, he's like, yeah, which one? Which one did I send that to? Which one? Who? Who did I send that to again?
I made a mistake. I thought it was the one who made the thumbnail for the Cine video because I couldn't even remember. But which artist was it?
I'm just going to leave that anonymous if that's all right. But, you know, because from my perspective, this didn't come as a... You know, I'd heard some of these stories beforehand of sort of odd interactions. So it seems like, you know, if it's like done amongst close friends, you can kind of go, that's understandable. But this seems to be just your interactions generally are quite odd.
Yes,
overall,
yeah.
You know.
No, I want to make this clear. I'm not using this as an excuse, but just as an explanation. I'm not saying this completely means what I'm doing is okay. But not only do I have autism and dyslexia, so the communication between people, especially.
We're attributing it to the autism and dyslexia. Now he says it's not an excuse. Look, come on. He can't. Yeah, my dyslexia makes me say weird shit to people and women, you know? My dyslexia and autism does this. It's an explanation. It's an explanation. Not an apology, it's an explanation as to potentially why you did this.
Through text is horrible, but on top of that,
at this point he's using his disability so much that he's discrediting his ability to do anything right. Yes, that's the point.
I was pretty much homeschooled all my life, so I didn't really get to interact with people.
Bo Black's moment? Question mark.
And this, I've actually lost jobs because of this. Making.
Excuse me. Wait, excuse me? You lost jobs because of what? The autism and dyslexia?
Jokes like this sometimes.
Making jokes like this. Wait, which kind of jokes? Are we talking about the blackface jokes? Or are we talking about the jokes with women? Which one are we talking about, Jar? You have to be really specific. Really specific with that one. Which kind of jokes? Wait, Chrissy says that in the Chud stream? I totally forgot about that.
And after a while, I started avoiding female coworkers, and then I started avoiding...
I was avoiding female
Seems
coworkers.
like JustARobot and White Bowser are brothers.
Oh my god. I was avoiding female coworkers because I couldn't stop making these kinds of jokes. Is a crazy thing to say. You turned yourself into an incel.
Avoiding coworkers altogether because I was just like, what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? And plenty of people have explained it to me, and now it's hitting me harder than ever. And I'm going to try to work on myself, but I'm nervous that I'll never get better.
You have... God, I keep having to repeat this. Jar has the weakest mindset.
Jar is getting dangerously close to White Bowser.
Very dangerous. But, like, this is so, like, fundamentally weak. I have to keep repeating this. It's just pathetic. It's wormish. It's like, Fuck, hold on. Where's that clip? Hold on. I need, give me 1 second. Here it is.
We had it.
Get it off me! It's eating me!
This is
I
Jar.
confess, okay?
This is Jar. This is Jar, okay? This is Jar.
Told me about all the bad stuff you did to this planet and reminded me of all the bad stuff you did to me, but then you said you were sorry and I realized you're not a monster, not like this thing. It's got me good. This is a mislead, right? You're inventing a thing to save me.
That would be called a knife, Jerry. It's been invented. I'm making a way out of here.
Self-righteous piece of shit! You took my family!
I took your family? Who do you think had more taken from them when you—
This is Jerry. This description, I can't believe I'm using Rick and Morty as a fucking reference, but it's like a banger line.
You shot 20 cc's of liquid dream killer into my daughter. I felt sorry for you. You act like me. She had options. Oof. That all ended because she felt sorry for you. You act like prey, but you're a predator. You use pity to lure in your victims. It's how you survive.
That's literally... That's... Just picture JustARobot's face on Jerry.
It's kind of interesting, because you made the allusion to Coyote, and I was thinking the same.
Just picture Jar's face on Jerry. That whole exchange, imagine he's Jerry, and I'm Rick going, oh, you're a fucking...
It's pretty accurate.
You use your pity as fucking ammunition to prey on people, like, to feel sorry for you. It's like, oh, this sad piece of shit. Like, it's literally 1-for-1 with that clip.
Thing. I mean, does it occur to you that this is more or less, you know, it didn't
It's crazy I'm using Rick and Morty as a reference to get my point across.
To go as far, but this is more or less a Coyote Lovely situation.
Yeah, instead of like pathetic pity, it's autism.
I understand why people get that impression. The problem is
And his mindset is as weak as Jerry's. His mindset is as weak as Jerry.
To everyone like that, Coyote only has spoken to 2 people like that as far as I'm aware, and Coyote did things like hire an artist to make pictures of him licking Sappho's butthole, and the most I've done is, hey Cindy, want to see my cock, and send a picture of a chicken. I
just don't get how that is a pattern of jokes when women are like, hey, stop talking to me, or they give off the indication that they aren't into it, and you still continue to press. How is that? Like, even though you only just sent a photo of a chicken, a woman's gonna look at that and go, that's really weird that you just asked, do you want to see my cock? Even within the context of being a joke, it's still creepy to a woman who doesn't know who the fuck you are.
It's like, and also like...
Well, even if it's to a lesser extent, because we can argue the semantics, but you built a friendship with Cinebear, which... For whatever reason, you know, Coyote... Did
he make that artist make not safe for work lewd of Jaded Animations? He did, but, and this is where my butt comes in, the document is so poorly put together, and the other part of it is that there's no proof of the VC call that they say that was Jar's first way of knowing that they were 17. Then, in the DMs, they said I was 17 at the time, which means preferencing that Jar may have not known that they were 17. So, like, that document is so bad.
This is how it started with Coyote.
Hi, Core.
He went to try and get...
That's my homie. You know Core controls the commentary community? Like, he's actually in charge. Like, nobody actually knows this. I'm just going to leak it right now. Core controls this community.
Yeah, you know, get Sappho. But ended up building that friendship and then relationship with them.
You think Diorio's in charge, or like Augie or Keeb or any of these people? No, it's that guy. It's that guy right there.
You know.
Well, here's the thing: if people, there's no way we can know for sure if I would go further or not. I'm going to say I wasn't, but
yes, Core is Jewish.
I can understand if people would think I would have gone further with it. The thing is, I've talked to almost everyone like this, and I need to stop it. It's an issue I have. Thank God I'm not doing it with you right now, because I know I need to avoid that. I'm not saying, here's my cock and send.
I love that people think I'm in the house. I'm not in the house.
You or
never wanted to be in the house.
Hey, why don't you see a dick pic and I send you a picture of Dick Grayson.
I want to keep the theme.
Yeah, I'm just confirming Matt's allegation against Core. It's true.
Jar's interactions with people, but shift gears a little bit.
These people disgust me. They don't care if what they did was wrong. They just care if they were caught.
Also, I'm going to try and reach out to Chud Logic. Ooh, I remember liking his stream. I think with his help, along with the recording, you little fucking bitch,
That is bro, this DM right here, like Chud's rant is accurate. This sentence, I think with his help, along with a recorded call on Jack, everything would go smoothly. Which, in turn, brings up the idea that he was using Chud just for his reputation, his subscriber count. He wasn't actually looking to Chud as a peer. He was looking at him as a transactional interaction. Sneaks in and out of the house. He's a stealther. What a description. Are you accusing me of stealthing like Keffels did the Destiny? How dare you?
It's all wretch. Is that what you thought, was it?
It may come as absolutely no surprise to you that that's exactly what Jar thought. Now, you may have noticed a little subscriber count number popping up when anybody's speaking, and that's because I wanted to give you an insight into how Jar sees the world.
Yeah, I do sneak in and out of the house. I rummage around the house, I knock over a couple of things, I look for things, and then I run out of the house again.
His relationship,
I know my place,
are almost entirely transactional. How much clout somebody has, how much influence they can hold, whether they can be of benefit to him, are the key things that he is thinking about. And when you fall from grace, you are of no use to him anymore.
But I also can't get help from people like Lio, Peaches, and Doodle Tones.
That is so ridiculous that you need to rely this much on help from other people. That is pathetic. You have to rely on other people, Jar. Like, networking is great and all, and, like, community work is good, but, like, you shouldn't have to, like, put all your reliability, okay, on other people. You need to stand on your own 2 feet like a man. Instead, you're a bitch, and you relied on somebody who did diaper fetish roleplay. Like, bro, come on.
The last 2 left YouTube, and Lio's reputation is in the dirt.
I've been there for you. I've done it for years now. You didn't even have the decency to come to me about this because I was, and I quote, canceled, which means somehow my information means nothing. That is not treating me like a friend, Jar. That's treating me like an asset.
But I don't want to give you the impression this is the way Jar works only with larger content creators, as though he has the intelligence to be that tactical. In the current drama involving Cinebear, he begged a tiny content creator, Romantic Goblin.
No! No way. This is not a real thing I'm about to read. Goblin, what are you doing? Okay. You're a member of my community. We're a lot smarter. We should be smarter here, okay? This community should be a little bit more intelligent with stuff, all right? Why are you in the... God, I could go on a rant about Goblin. Why were you in the group chat with Kumo and Cindy and Evan? Why are you in the DMs with Jar trying to, like, letting him try to convince you to, like, protect him in the comments section? What are you doing, Goblin? What are you doing? Thanks to what Kumo did, this is going to be 10 times harder. The fact you haven't been responding to me tells me you were the one that sent it to him. I've been busy at work. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I think I know who leaked it, though. It's stupid as you think. My friend, we typically watch shit together on Discord using screen share. And late at night, I forgot he had the open window, and I blank about it with multitasking as well as talking to him. My friend asked about it because saw it was an unlisted video and screenshot the link or some shit and shares it to Kumo. Simply, I said, oh, sorry, wait till Sunday. That's my guess. Well, that's just great. Did you know he would do this? It's more likely going to get him more hate than me in the long run. No, it won't. It won't, Jar. It won't. Your video was just terrible. Even if it leaked, you still... Because we went over on the Lio call where he was like, yeah, I hastily rushed out this video because Kumo leaked my video, but it was like a draft version, so I released another version of the draft version. Doesn't matter if it leaks. You don't need to get ahead of that. You need to preface it in the video when it's done and you're certain and all your T's and dots and I's are crossed, right? You should have just said in the beginning, well, Kumo already leaked this call. It was an original draft video. That was not my initial conclusion, nor is it indicative of this video. Give this video a chance and listen to what I'm saying. That could have just helped you out. But instead, you're a reactionary retard.
To come and fight in his comments section with people who disagreed with him. And because John...
How so? Also getting off work now, maybe 20 minutes. But if you want to know, Kumo told me this morning... issues he had with your video. One, he's still adamant in his coverage, so was I. Cindy did nothing wrong with obscenity, sexual misconduct, but it wasn't grooming. Cindy still did wrong with obscenity, sexual misconduct, but it wasn't grooming. Retarded take. And he has walked back the locker room talk thing, not realizing it was downplaying what she did because Kumo's retarded. 2, he got mad about the pod shots taken at him. What a fucking child. 3, your interview with Cindy, not gonna lie, I took issue with that and I was going to tell you about it, but I got sidetracked and you went to bed. I was going to tell you today, that segment was you ask her a lot of leading questions, basically giving her the answer you wanted her to give before she could respond to in some cases. 1, I just said his video wasn't that good, and that's mostly it. I didn't say anything about his statements on the locker room talk. 2, bro said stuff about me a lot, all the time. I also said nice things about him as well. 3, I was sleepy and she was scared. But, oh my God. I was sleepy. I have autism. I have dyslexia. I was high. Okay, Bublax. 4, he had no right to leak my video at all. That's something I've never even heard of someone doing till now. You obviously don't run in the commentary community sphere. Bro made everything worse. Already tell me when you're home. Also, I blocked Kumo. He crossed the line. Well, he's tilted his video #pineapple soda. He titled his video #pineapple soda, so I guess he's up to debate you. I don't know, but yeah, I'm getting McDonald's. After taking my video and uploading it without asking me, I just don't want anything to do with it anymore. Makes sense. Like, who the fuck does this
John's only concern is whether you can be of use to him. It means he has basically no moral standards for the things he talks about. Now, I don't want to get into the whole Spoctor drama because that's a whole nother rabbit hole, but Spoctor was somebody who they basically had banged to rights as being in possession of illicit images of a minor. So you'd think Jar would have issues with this even years later, but in his interview with Cinebear, he makes the following statements.
Don't fuck up like Spoctor and Peaches did. Like, here's the thing. When it comes to the Spoctor situation, the dude got canceled for being a pussy. Like, if I was in that same situation as him, I would have been like, oh yeah, I stumbled upon it, looked through all the multiple folders I had on it.
I'm just going to let this play uninterrupted for a moment so you can hear his rationale.
I stumbled upon it, looked through all the multiple folders I had on it, saw the 13-year-old nudes, freaked out, ripped it out, stomped on it, and flushed it down my toilet. I'm not a predator, I just held onto those nudes and deep within folders, and that's what happened to me. Oh well, guess I'll keep uploading like I normally did.
Now, I have been made aware of multiple images and
It's still wrong. It's still wrong to have those in your possession in the first place.
Instances where Jar has in some way downplayed relationships between adults and minors. However, from what I've seen at time of recording, I don't think Jar is running these plays and defenses because he in some way has some skeletons in his closet. I think he was probably just going along the common consensus, and for those of you aware of the Fruitcake server leak,
which is true. I kind of believe that as well. Beckett does have a point here, that he was just going with what the popular narrative was about the Spoctor drama once it reared its head again. And he saw that people that were quasi-defending Spoctor were getting traction, and he thought, wow, I can make a video defending Spoctor and get really good traction. That's what I think it was. I don't think he has, like, CP or anything like that. I don't think he has anything like that I am aware of. But it shows that he is willing to forego his previous positions just to like fit in with the rest of the people.
And the Toby drama, he wasn't the only one. Though it is worth highlighting that if Jar has friends who have done serious things wrong, whether it be Cine or Spoctor, who bear some striking similarities, he will defend them because what's important to Jar is that his friends are useful, that his friends owe him, and ultimately that he is getting validation for the takes he gives. And please note that I'm saying takes he gives, not his takes, because Jar doesn't have any fucking opinions of his own. Jar's opinions are formed by committee. And what—
oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, the Daft Pina video he did was so ass. It was ass. It was ass. Daft Pina is the easiest person to just fucking dunk on. And I did not like his Daft Pina video for the Ellis Mark Braxton drama. I did not like that. I did not like that at all. I really hated that video. Because, like, there was so much more. There was so much more to talk about. Me and Diesel did, like, multiple hour-long live streams going over everything Daft Pina ever did in that situation. And we dug up so much. And Jar's video on Daft Pina was not that good. It's not good.
What's insane about this statement is that isn't something I'm saying. It's something that Mally said to him when they were having drama.
I've been insulted saying my videos are designed by committee instead of just me, and I think they're right.
Jar is so incapable of having opinions of his own, he has to take criticism from years ago and rephrase it as self-reflection. I know this is going to sound petty as hell to some of you, but it really is a perfect example of what Jar does. The reason that JustARobot has been involved in so many fucking dramas is because as a drama is nearing its end, what Jar will do is jump in, waving his banner saying, "Don't worry guys, JustARobot's here," when the battle is already won. And the only way Jar has been able to continue this grift is by parroting the takes that have already won the day. Which is exactly what happened in the Cinebear drama, by the way. JustARobot saw Chud Logic covering it and laughing at Birdie and assumed that meant public opinion was turning. And then
Beckett's so right about this. He's so right. Like the whole Birdie thing, because they all thought it was a gay op. They all did. So when they saw like a semi-large streamer like shitting on Birdie, they were like, oh, the tides. People are going to start shitting on Birdie, which means that Cindy's going to be let go. That's what Kumo and fucking Jar were thinking. That is what they were thinking. At least Jar more than Kumo, in my opinion, but still.
He just simply stole Kumo's opinions. Unfortunately for him, Kumo's opinions
Thank you for the 16 months, KJ.
on the topic were fucking retarded. And if it sounds like I'm losing my mind, it's because after hours of looking through this guy's history, it is infuriating how often this has happened. And by the way, just before you think I'm some sort of conspiracy theorist, I'm not the only one who's noticed this.
Jar to me has always kind of been like a snake in the grass. I think that's the best way to describe him. He comes around only when like all the situations are over and he tries to act as if he was like the voice all along that people should have listened to. He has this very...
See, this is the thing, right? If he just did what Toastify did, it did like retrospectives. Like he did like a solid retrospective. Like Toastify never pretends like he's the dude that broke the story. You know, like I've never seen a Toastify video where he's like, yeah, I 100% broke this open, other than the French girl video, which was actually good because nobody knew the French girl drama that well. And there were so many different shops of that video.
Here's some money from me and my fat orange cat to you and
thank
your
you.
fat orange cat. PS throwing career away for someone else is crazy.
It is actually pathetic. Thank you for the 5, dude. But like all he had to do was retrospectives dramas and not insert him being the voice of reason. All Toastify does is literally he talks about it, goes, hey, this is what I think actually happened and it is fucked up, versus Jar that's like, I have the correct take, everybody's wrong, I have been here, I get what is happening, but he just parrots off of small channels.
I feel like he has this sort of like hero complex in a way when he makes his videos.
Both him and Kumo have the same problem. They have hero complexes. A lot of people in the commentary community have hero complexes. That's their biggest problem. None of you are heroes. None of you are going to save the day. You're all a bunch of idiots that upload YouTube videos, much like myself and everyone else that does content creation.
And the reality is that he just kind of he looks to an opinion that he can repeat that's the prevailing one, and then I feel like he can just kind of goes with the flow of the community, and that's how he's been able to just kind of get away with being this this fucking idiot, you know.
I guess I wonder looking at this when you know you've got a decently sized platform where your job on the internet is to commentate on things, where you're sort of saying to me, well, yes, I commentate on things, but I'm not actually sure I have any actual
Toastify's done nothing wrong. Toastify's based
opinions, which is, you know, a bit of an odd juxtaposition.
I'm saying that Jar, if he did do the Toastify thing, he probably would have been fine. But he didn't. He tried being the guy. He tried being the voice of reason, much like Kumo tried to be the guy. You can't be the guy if you're this weak-willed.
I do have opinions. I do. It's just, I want my opinion to be right. Well, I guess everybody does to a certain extent. It's just, sometimes I'm trying to, the problem with, one of my biggest problems is I'm trying to seem like a very good version of myself to both sides, or...
That is genuinely pathetic. That just shows that you have like zero convictions in your life. You have zero. There are no convictions at all. Nothing. Nada. Zero. You have nothing of value to add to a conversation. There's nothing of value that you are adding. If you're trying to look good to both sides, there's nothing of value. You could be objective, okay? You could be objective and talk about that, but you shouldn't try your hardest to be parroting both sides, or at least trying to look good to both sides. What you need to do is be objective, and if it pisses off the other side, who cares? Because you were objective. You saw down the middle, and you talked about it, and if it pisses off one side or the other, that's on them. That's not on you. You shouldn't want to have a good version on both sides. You should just go down the middle.
all sides, and I've been trying to strike that balance, and I can't, and now I have to realize who am I, and a lot of people have noticed I've flip-flopped to being more progressive and trying to work on pronouns to being more edgy, and I keep going back and forth. I'm like, I don't know what I prefer, I don't know what I want.
You have an identity crisis for you as a person, then. It's not you as a creator, it's you as the individual that now has a mental issue, Jar, that you can't open your fucking mind and see the person that you are. You're terrified to look at that, or you're too weak-willed to look introspectively. You would rather just keep parroting people.
We move on. I want to get to why Jar has survived so long.
It's just, when you constantly win, like I have.
Now, this might seem like a slightly odd statement given
constantly win
from what we've seen recently, but I promise you, there is actually an explanation, and it's highlighted in the recent call Kumo had with Cinebat.
Like, I knew how this guy was. I warned you how he was. I told you what position you were in, and I was very conscious and scared on your behalf because of what position you're in. Jar could have raped you, and that's probably...
That is fucking insane that Kumo said that. Still to this day, the most insane shit I've ever heard. I have not once called Jar a rapist throughout this entire live stream or any other live stream. I've said he's a creep, he's a weirdo, he's somebody that is creepy to women, but I've never said rapist. Because all the allegations of anything involving rape or grooming against Jar is false. It's been proven false. What Kumo just did is perpetrate and platform a false allegation.
Like, what he was trying to, like, that was probably his dream, his end goal.
Unless Kumo literally has dead to rights proof that Jar is a rapist, do not believe him.
Jar's history includes some of the most insane false allegations I have ever seen, including in one instance a grooming accusation against a niece who does not exist. And this has been...
That's like the craziest thing. People tried to accuse him of grooming an individual that isn't real. They aren't in reality. They aren't a real person. How do you groom something that isn't real? Like, how does that work? How do people buy that?
To Jar's net benefit, because whenever people level criticism at him, he's able to point to those allegations and say they were false. So how can we trust these ones?
What were the Fluffy Turbo allegations?
Fluffy Turbo and Chaos 55T came out a high.
Yeah, he got mad at people with the cutting allegations, but gladly ran rape allegations of Jar knowing they were false. Yeah, isn't that crazy how much of a hypocrite Kumo is?
To make up false allegations.
Isn't that like kind of crazy?
About Jar grooming and sexually abusing his niece, who doesn't exist. So, for context, Chaos 55T was originally...
No, I know, Mr. Gamer, I saw that. I wouldn't say that's exactly what was said, but it was fucking really close.
Part of the people who drove Jar off of...
It was a retarded talking point.
...of DeviantArt. This is like bits and pieces that I remember from his DeviantArt whatever story. She made up allegedly, she made up someone who doesn't exist and claimed that Jar drove this person to end themselves. When Jar came forward and talked about what he dealt with, obviously Chaos got a lot of flack from that. She dipped. A few months later, maybe a year later, I don't exactly remember the time frame, Fluffy Turbo, who was one of Chaos's friends.
And this is the thing, right? This is the other half of this community that I have like the most significant issue with. All of your dumb fucking names annoy me. Like, you're all, I hate every person's name in the art commentary community. But like, you know that Jar is a problem, right? Like, he's a weirdo, treats women weird, like all this shit, right? Like, you know all of this. It's like a known thing in the community. People hate Jar. You're going to make up a fake allegation that he can point to and forever go, isn't that insane? Why would you do that? Did you think people were just going to believe you? Nobody does that. What is wrong with you? You gave Jar an out for years. Whoever those two people, the fucking, what are their names? Fluffy Turbo and the other person, end yourself. End yourself now.
Started going around to people, Laka Moka Laka and myself included, trying to pass off these screenshots as allegations that Jar was grooming a minor and that he had in the past sexually assaulted his niece. Like, I went over this stuff, and in the course of like 5 minutes, I told Fluffy Turbo to shove it. But I think 2 weeks after that, she brought the allegations to the public and tried to press them. So I did a stream going through them, basically being all like, this is fucking bullshit. And in the course of the stream, some of the allegations went over the idea that Jar was racist, and I basically shrugged it off and said, yeah, we know Jar's racist. I don't care about this stuff. Show me, like, the serious stuff.
I kind of based of ponder. I'm not gonna lie. Who cares about the racism? Kind of based.
And as far as I'm aware, he's held that against me since.
Oh my god.
I mean, I only in the ACC could you have a drama about sexual assault against somebody who's not real.
Yeah.
It's happened at least twice.
When Jar says he wins his dramas, what he actually means is he manages to debunk some of the insane accusations coming from people who've been A-logging him for 10 years. Which is why, if you're going to make accusations like this against somebody, you better have some solid evidence and some reliable sources.
Thank God Beckett's smart. Thank Christ.
Though I do want to be charitable.
Christ, if Beckett was an idiot, man, oh my God, this video would be going in a completely different... Thank God he actually has good researchers, and he's a good researcher.
Many of you will
actually has a fucking brain.
Be aware of my drama with no dentistry dodger Wick TV.
Oh my God, are you serious? The Wick mention? What is happening right now? Oh wait. I feel like it's building something. Hold on.
I do want to be charitable. Many of you will be aware of my drama with no...
If you don't know anything about Wick... Alright. Wick is interesting. He's somebody that I have yet to talk about. But, like, every time I hear his name or I hear anything about Wick, it's either his teeth are fucked and he stole money from people. He's a gooner to any woman that joins his live stream. Like, I've just heard so many things about Wick. Also, not disclosing Progressive Victory as, like, a company that pays him when he was doing live streams about them. Like, Wick is a very interesting person.
Dentistry dodge.
Wick is a part of, like, the breadtuber debate sphere kind of people. It's like, he brings on everybody from, like, Vosh to Destiny, like, all these people. Wick is, like, this weird middle ground.
Wick TV, who in early 2023 removed me from a panel so he could rizz up another member of said panel because...
I need to find... Beckett! Where are you? No, he's not Cyrus. He's not. Where the hell is Beckett? Beckett, give me a link to you getting kicked out of the stream with with Wick so he could try and get some pussy with those mangled teeth.
She had more subscribers than me. Now, Wick's history of scumbaggery is well documented. We also clashed in early 2024 when it was discovered that he was working with Progressive Victory, undisclosed to his audience, while promoting...
Your girlfriend... I don't have... No. Plays a sexually harassing song he sung to another creator. Wait, what? He did what? He did what?
Them. And if you're confused as to why I'd bring up a completely unrelated person who has nothing to do with any of this in the middle of a video on Jar, I don't blame you. So please explain to me why every single JustARobot drama video has a section rehashing his grievances with people who are nothing to do with anything, and they're randomly inserted in the most awkward way possible.
Because he's a bitch. He says his stuff doesn't bother him, but he's a bitch. All of these people that he keeps mentioning, he's like, oh, these people are liars, backstabbers, I don't care about what they say, I'm racist, or any of this other stuff. It's because he lets it bother him. He's a bitch. He is a thin-skinned bitch.
His hit piece on Doodle Tones, he basically stops talking about her for 3 minutes so he can talk about how much better he is than all the other commentators he's fought with over the years. And in case you think this is an isolated incident, no, this is just how Jar works. In his recent conversation with Lyo Convoy, when his credibility and reputation is crumbling, he promises never to make a drama video again. Though he does have one question.
Quick question.
This is great. This is great.
Question. I do have one drama video that is all finished.
Why would you ask Lyo permission to upload a drama video? After everything that you've done, all the dumb shit you've said, how the hell are you gonna ask Lyo if uploading a drama video is a good idea, even if it's the Patreon? How fucking dumb are you? Like I said before, he loves drama. He can't stay away from it. He can't stay away from it. He's bullshitting when he says, I'm never doing drama content again. I am calling that flat, unencumbered bullshit.
And I was thinking of just making it a Patreon exclusive. Do you think I should do that?
No. Jar has a pathological need to go after people who have slighted him in the past. And while he is talking about how he will never engage in drama content again, this is something I would be deeply skeptical of. This isn't the first time Jar has taken a break. And secondly, because deep down, Jar is deeply, deeply vengeful.
Every time I go to bed and I'm about to fall asleep, I just feel angry about... sometimes things that have happened 10 years ago, and...
Do you hear that? Like... That's still the funniest thing I've ever heard. That wasn't Lio, that was Jar. That was Jar. You know... I go to bed sometimes thinking about random things people have said about me on the internet. And I go to sleep thinking about it. I can't let it go. I go to bed angry about what people say. How pathetic are you? Like, bro. Like, what? This is like the thing, right? A lot of creators, and I'm going to shock you, when they turn off the camera, it's over. It's over for the day. Like, Jar needs to learn how to remove the internet life from his real life.
Sometimes I feel like revenge is the only thing that keeps me going.
And don't get me twisted, I personally love a little bit of vengeance. But one of the frustrating things about Jar is his need to be seen as the hero and never the villain.
When I'm winning in a drama, I try to show my opponents mercy. I guarantee...
Oh my god, the ego.
To you, if the situation
The ego is so toxic. It's like actually gross.
was flipped, diaper tones would not have done the same. I knew this from the beginning our drama began, but I still showed them kindness. But despite all the kindness
I gave them mercy. I gave them mercy. The diaper fetish roleplay lover, I gave them mercy. Like, he actually means that. Me doing the Rat King meme, okay? When I do the Rat King meme, like, a merciful Rat King, you know I'm joking. You know I don't actually say that and mean it. Jar means it here. This isn't a joke. He's actually meaning this. You can tell his tonality is so serious.
I showed them. They were not willing to show me any kindness in return.
Okay, this is just insane nonsense. I've got no idea why Jar would say this when it's so obviously and provably false. It's probably time to bring up Jar's second channel, which dates back to 2013 and is basically just a huge list of hit pieces against...
Why in the literal hell? Hold on.
Second channel, which dates back to 2013 and is
He responded to the creepy communist.
Basically,
that's only funny to people who know.
Just a huge list of hit pieces against...
That is only funny to people who know.
People who have pissed him off over the years. And Jar can say that he is merciful when he's winning a drama, but I really want to direct you to one person that Jar has been beefing with for 8 years at this point. The creator in question is T-Moss Boss, who has over 100,000 subscribers and a dead channel. Even in...
What the fuck? These views are so bad. Holy shit. It's not even dead. That's not dead. That's in the ground, buried, covered in dirt, and pissed on. These views are terrible for a channel of this. Holy shit. 16 hours ago, it has 24 views on a 124K channel.
The midst of the current drama is one of Jar's longest running detractors. Still,
even when you were a teenager, Jar was stalking this guy? What the hell did he do?
Nobody gives a shit. Except for Jar. That final video that Jar wanted to put up on Patreon is in fact on T-Moss Boss. You literally cannot make this insanity up. However, T-Moss does help us to answer some interesting questions. For example, why is it so many people are hesitant to even go after this guy? Now, I think it's reasonable to say that there are two separate components to this. Firstly, if you go after Jar, you will be dealing with Jar for the rest of your life, as he makes video after video after...
Do it, Jar! Keep making videos on me laughing at your autism. Do it. 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 I'll just laugh at it.
to video on you. The next element is Jar's audience, which Jar himself describes as quite toxic. And
check DMs. Oh god. Oh my god, my community's so toxic, guys. Toxic community. Bitch. Bitch made. That'd be funny to get my OC drawn as a robot for the upcoming video while looking for references. I found this. Whatever it is, all I see is Jar. Oh my god. That is gender bent Jar. What is happening? That is horrifying. I did not need to see gender bent
while he
Jar.
claims to have taken steps to try and get them to chill the fuck out a bit, the honest truth is, the only way to get your audience to stop gunning for somebody is to just stop talking about them.
I do these drama videos to bring justice. I have a big...
Oh no, I do these drama videos to bring justice. Okay, if you're gonna join the drama sphere of things, just recognize there is the rare exceptions, rare, and I'm talking like 1 in hundreds of thousands of dramas you're going to talk about where you could do the justice line, right? Like rare. It's 1 out of thousands of dramas you'll ever cover, right? 1 out of thousands. Unless you are somebody that everyone goes to and they give you all the information and you continuously just stack W's. Most creators that do drama are doing what I'm doing. Talking about it, shitting on it, laughing at it, all that stuff. Just stick to that. You don't need to be the justice guy. Because if you become the justice guy and you fuck up, your downfall is 3 times harder than somebody that is just laughing and talking about the drama. Look what happened to Max.
Channel, which gives me a lot of power.
Look, Jar is absolutely aware of the threat he poses to smaller content creators, and within the ACC, many people just don't want to deal with something like that. In fact, one of the common questions I was asked is, are you sure you want to go down this route? Because you are going to be hearing about it for the rest of your life online. Just as an aside on this topic, I want to note Jar's startling paranoia, which has managed to fuck him over in ways he wasn't even aware of. I'm aware that you were worried that the ACC girlies were going to go after you. And, you know, you seem to make allusions to this in the commentary video.
Well, to be fair, they've been going after me. Not...
Jar, we just saw the DMs that you wouldn't leave one of the girls alone. We just saw that. We just read them out loud. That is crazy that Beckett interlaced this part in here.
They're not just women.
I have yet to see many men talk about this.
Do you know that there was only 1 video planned on you, and it was a defense video?
No.
I know.
So he just made an assumption
that Jar has been allegedly paranoid that the ACC is like planning on making a video on him or whatever. I have not been aware of any videos that people have been planning on making about Jar, except for one. I was making a video about the Fluffy Turbo situation and talking about how the allegations against Jar were false. I canceled my production of that video despite literally almost being done because, one, I couldn't get the stupid Twitter account with his real ass name taken off of Twitter no matter how many times I was reporting it, and I had been reporting it for months. But also because Jar decided to make a pot shot about me in one of his videos, and I decided, fuck him, he's a jackass, he doesn't deserve it.
The only person making
that seems a little dramatic. Even if he does make a pot shot, the right thing to do would still do that, even though he's a dick. But fuck me, right?
Video on you was Ponder, and it was to defend you from the previous accusations. And then you came out and took a shot, and the video was cancelled.
Like, people take shots at each other all the time. Like, Jar's a dick, don't get me wrong, but like, if you really feel like somebody that, even if you hate them, have been like done like a significantly raw deal, maybe like consider still doing it, you know. But that's up to your discretion. That's up to your discretion.
I mean, you do have an entire...
Wow, he literally just sat there.
A second channel, which does seem to be sort of vengeance responses to people.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, going back to 2013.
Back to 2013?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Oh, yeah.
That
I thought you were talking about the recent stuff. Yeah, this is one issue I do have. I just...
have a very strong desire to get back at people. And the worst part is, once you do, it doesn't feel that great. It feels a little good, but it doesn't feel nearly as great as you would think it does.
Well, yeah, because revenge doesn't feel good. It's a very fleeting feeling. Like, yeah, get your revenge, but you're like, everyone knows that it's not a good feeling after the revenge is over. It actually feels better just to let things go. You know, it's better to let things go.
And I was trying to respond to every single video ever made on me on my second channel at one point, but then I got bored. And now I realize, like,
to be fair, I think it was when he victim blamed Ponder for the Fegho stuff. I have no idea what the Fegho stuff is, so I'll take your word for it.
Like how silly and stupid that made me look, because I could have been making videos that people actually gave a shit about and got a lot more views. And granted, response videos are a lot easier to make. Like, you know what you're saying, you know what they're saying. You don't even need a script. You just hit the record button and use some gameplay. Very easy stuff to make. But now, with the amount of people I've pissed off, I realized that I kind of dug my own grave by acting the way I did. I kept on pissing people off one after another, and eventually I knew eventually it would come back to bite me in the ass, and it did.
I mean, yeah. So the people I've spoken to who've had sort of issues with you in the past, one of the constant things I hear is they don't want to respond. They don't want to deal with kind of how vengeful you are.
Fake host, face it being a rapist, and also fake self-deletion, right? I don't remember. I have no idea what's going on with that, so I can't even speak upon it.
And there's this fear, especially for smaller channels or people with lesser platforms, that, in fact, I heard Timos Boss say this in his most recent video, and I've heard this from kind of multiple, even bigger channels, where there's this real worry that it's not just you that will come after them. You end up in a position of weaponizing an audience to come after them, potentially.
I suppose you're right. I mean, that's the risk of having a platform, and I'm going to be honest here, I don't like that, because I've done what I can to keep my fans off of Doodletone's back for a very, very long time.
Not really when you put out a hit piece video on them after you squash the beef with them. You're not really doing it that well. Like, you're not really doing it that well, though.
Been saying in my more recent drama videos on the old channel, please do not attack this person. And like I've been other stuff behind.
That's true, but I mean, from what I can hear from behind the scenes, that may be what you say publicly, but it seems like privately you have at least alluded to that threat while having dramas with people.
Well, I have said, like, listen, like, I think a good example is the Vincent Skullman stuff. Like, he made a video on me, and I wanted to talk things out with him instead of making a video, because he was a very sensitive guy, and I was like, my fans are so toxic, I didn't want them to go after him. And I tried to talk things out with him in private. Eventually, it did work. Unfortunately, that created issues with him, Lio, and Linlin, and I was like, oh my god, I did not want that to happen. I try my best to work things out with people, but I just sometimes don't feel like I know what I'm doing.
Then why do you continue to operate this way? Oh wait, you have autism and dyslexia. Really makes you a vindictive bastard when you're fucking autistic and dyslexic, am I right?
Like, I do desire revenge, I do desire to get back at people, but I also desire to work things out with people and talk through.
No, don't be sorry. I feel the same way about Doodles.
Things with them. And with Lio, for a long time, that he was a big help with that.
Are we toxic? Yes. Yes. But it's not like my community goes out and, like, attacks people. Like, goes into their comment section and tries to attack them. I have yet to see any one of you guys, like, go to other channels and, like, try to fight or, like, scream at people or anything like that, which I am very grateful for. You guys are at least smart enough not to do that, which I appreciate. But that's the thing, is that how your community is built is indicative of your actions. So if Jar is constantly weaponizing revenge, the audience is going to feel that and work to also weaponize said revenge. Like, I've always said, don't touch the poo. My channel is a very don't touch the poo. Don't go to their comment sections. Don't go to their videos. Don't do any of that shit. Just stay here and laugh. Jar, on the other hand, does, like, brutal takedowns of people that he has a personal issue with, and then those viewers see that he has a personal issue with them and then take it upon themselves to defend Jar in a personal way and also attack said person.
down and talk things out with multiple people instead of just because as much as people fear my vengefulness, I also fear the vengefulness of others.
That's so pathetic.
Looking at where you're sat now, I know you've said you're not going to make more drama videos, so you're going to take a step back from that because of Laya. So is that I suppose the question people will have is this you saying that now? But then in 6 months, 12 months, whatever, you'll be like, well, now it's died down, I can take a hit at the people who took shots at me.
That's a good question. That is an excellent question.
Come on, that's an easy layup, Jar.
Thinking of making my backdrop like "Don't get back into drama" on my laptop so I can keep reminding myself.
Oh my god.
I just don't know if I'll go back to it or not.
What the fuck are you talking about, Jar? You just told Lio that you're never doing drama again. And now in this call, you're saying, well, I don't really know if I'll ever go back to it or I will go back to it. I don't really know. Bro, you're going to go back to it. You're going to go back to it. I swear to God, I'm putting money on it that he is going to go back to drama when the views dry up and all that shit. I swear to God, he's going to go back to it.
I hope I don't, but I know myself and I know I get angry and want to get back at people.
That is so pathetic. So he's not going to change.
I want to just tie this last bit back to the Cinebear drama we're currently embroiled in. Jar's choices and decision-making are highly questionable. I mean, what possessed you to go to Chud Logic of all people?
Looking at the Pokemon evolution.
Whoa! These last few months have been like looking at a Pokemon evolution.
True.
From Boogie to Boblax and now Jar. The Lolco gene is an infectious virus.
It is. It's taking out a lot of people. I think a lot of creators that are significantly weak-willed are going to be rooted out very fast this year. I think that's what's happening. We have only 2 more months left.
I like Chud, don't get me wrong, but like if I was looking for somebody to kind of side up in a drama with me, or like if I needed somebody who I thought I could get, or I could use a platform for to like just even plant a seed of an idea, he would be the fucking last person I'd pick.
Okay, 2 reasons, but after this, I need to go for a little bit because I need to take a dump.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, so it might just be gas. It should just take 5 minutes. So don't like turn off the call or anything. I'll just mute myself and.
That's fine. I'll grab it. I'll grab a drink while you're doing it. It's fine.
Yeah. So, one is I was suggested that he was more fair to Cine than anyone else. He seemed more skeptical. And 2, Chud did a video on me back in, as he said it, his soy days. And out of any video I've ever seen on me, I thought it was the most fair and balanced. So I thought, oh, this seems like a guy who's fair and balanced. And maybe he is, but he probably, like, when I got onto that stream and I saw how angry he was, I realized, oh no, I messed up.
Wait, so did you think getting into the call with him because he's fair and balanced in dramas, right? That if he didn't see a fuck up, he wouldn't call you out on that? Is that like what you were thinking? Like, Chud is fair. He is. Like, you can say he's brutal, but he's fucking fair. But if you do something that is so egregiously stupid, he's going to shit on you. How throughout all of the time that you watched Chud Jar did you not pick up on that vibe? I knew that when I first started watching Chud. I was like, oh, if you fuck up big time, he's going to tell you it's a problem to your face. Like,
I think it's fair to say that Jar dangerously misjudged how wider commentary would react to something like the Cinebear story. Art commentary involves an extraordinary amount of things that happen behind the scenes in people's interpersonal relationships. This leads to long-standing beefs and feuds that go on for years in some cases. But let's be honest, wider commentary's intention is quite different.
No, I mean, like, it's just content, right? Yeah, for sure.
Frankly, most stories we talk about as commentators, we don't have a deep emotional investment in. Most coverage is going to be pretty dispassionate. And
based in true? That's what Kumo doesn't fucking understand. Kumo's like, oh, all these people are like so disconnected. They don't care. They don't care about the grooming. They don't actually care. Yeah, no shit, we don't care. It doesn't affect us. Our thing is we're talking about it, giving our takes on it, and telling people if they're retarded or not. That is it. That is it. It is content. Kumo's right. It's just content. And Kumo doesn't fucking get that. Queeman is right.
I didn't make this video because I hate Jar, I did it because I lack impulse control in a social life. Honestly, the entire Cinebear drama highlights the issues with becoming overly invested in a story. The issues Jar, and frankly anybody else even tangentially involved in this mess, have faced should be a stark reminder to everyone of the flack you will catch if you make this mistake. Finally, I'd just like to thank everyone who's involved in helping with this project, from interviews to art assets.
Yeah, fuck you for not asking me to be a part of the video, Beckett. Fuck you. See? In the comments. If I'm not in this video, I'm exposing Beckett. I'm going to share all of our DMs one day. Beckett has made a kill stream level blood enemy with me.
All really appreciated. I hope you've enjoyed what we've gone over today and it's been useful to you in the future, because a video
very useful. Oh wait, there's more to the call.
Like this really did need to exist, frankly. The full interview with Jar will be linked in the description below, and as I suck at sign-offs, I guess I'll just see you in the next one. I want to make something that's entertaining for people, but I want to make sure that if there is a next time, there is a solid piece of evidence and solid kind of piece of work that people can go, that's who Jar is, in one place, because I think that is needed.
I think it is needed, because I don't even think I know who I am.
I don't even know who I am. I'm disassociating. I have BPD. I'm disassociating. Jar, how don't you know? You're 30, dude. How don't you have an inkling of what kind of person you are? How do you not have like a little bit of an inkling of what kind of person you are? You're 30. Like, what are you talking about?
Often I don't even recognize my own reflection. As cheesy.
He's disassociating.
Yes, that sounds.
That's so pathetic, Jar. Holy shit, you're actually a loser. Do I want to go over the call about the person that made that document on Jar? Do I really want to go over that? Do I really do? I'll let chat decide. Do we go over the call with the person that wrote the JustARobot document? One's in the chat if you want that. One's in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of ones. How long is it? It's like 28 minutes, but how I react to things, it will probably take another hour to 2 hours. I'm seeing a lot of ones. Okay, fine. I will put this at 1.5 speed and go from there. Fuck! Not that guy.
Hi.
Hello. Okay, so from what I understand, this is the individual that wrote the document on JustARobot. Okay, the last document that we read, which in my opinion is a shitty document. Like it's a garbage document. So I'm curious what they have to say now.
Hello, how are y'all doing?
Good.
That's good. Good.
All right,
It's a very long day for me. Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Get this all set up.
So, yeah, I got you. You might hear a bit of panting. That's my dog. I'm sorry. I'm taking really good care of her right now. So
I'm going 2.5. These people talk so slow.
I'm watching her at the moment. And then, this is my first time interviewing with people, so I am very, very nervous.
I mean, you're fine. I mean, this is technically our, first time to like interview somebody. So it's my first, so you're not gonna hear anyone here. I guess the first thing I would ask is just take us from the beginning with Jar to making the doc, just kind of go into detail, because I feel like some people with like how the doc was laid, there's some questions.
And there's no specification.
Yeah,
in the doc,
Yeah, the doc is shit. It's shit.
Parts that are missing.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So going back like around in the midsummer of 2020, I joined his server, and I was very introverted, so I didn't have that much to like talk around with people. But I was
very introverted. I couldn't talk to many people. Discord saved my life. You know that nice little paragraph that you wrote, like thanking Jar for talking about Discord and being friends and whatever. Like, yeah, it shows that you're a socially inept weirdo. We get it.
really happy to see Jar in there. I'm like, well, what happens if I friend request him? So I sent him a friend request and he immediately accepted it. So I'm like, oh wow, I feel so accepted here. Like this is awesome.
Yeah.
And every announcement, he would, I think on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, he would add everybody saying, hey, I'm going to be in the voice chat if anyone's free to join. I'm going to be releasing like any new videos that are coming up, or if people just want to watch me play Smash Bros. If anyone wants to compete with me, he always does it. So me as a curious kid at the time, I joined in, and again,
17. You are not a child. You're a minor, but you're not a kid. You're 17. You are a teenager. Stop with the loaded verbiage.
I was pretty quiet. A lot of people were very, hyped up to see him, and
It was wrong. Jar's a weirdo. But stop that.
so was I. But again, I was still pretty quiet.
Yeah.
You are not a child. You were not a child.
Went on, I did get more and more opened up to the point where me and Jar got more talkative. I would joke around and such, as in the funny, wholesome kind of jokes. Nothing inappropriate at first until.
Can I ask, was this all in a server, right? This
Yes, this is on a public server.
Just like general or like
yes,
cats? Okay.
general,
Gotcha.
yes.
I gotcha.
Why didn't you show those logs? Why weren't those put in as well?
So then I think this was around October. I noticed that there was an art roll, and me as an artist, I've been doing art and modeling for my life, and I wanted to, see myself as an artist and sharing people that they enjoy. I wasn't that connected with moderators because some of them were pretty strict, some of them were actually pretty nice. But I just thought
yeah, literally there were 20 DMs in the span of a year. What are they talking about that they were talkative?
Well, I'm friends with Jar, so I can just ask him for an art roll. I waited for the night. Keep in mind,
You're not friends with Jar. You sent a friend request to Jar and Jar accepted it. You're not actual friends. I hope you could tell the difference between those two.
I did not have a computer. I didn't have a laptop. I was just on my iPad. And there was a lot of groups. I joined it, adding everybody on every Tuesday, Wednesdays I get in. And he was just talking about this next video coming up. Then I tried asking him, hey, is there a way that I can get a, art roll by anything? Do I have to draw you with anything? This is where I made a big mistake. If there's anything you want me to draw in order to get that art roll. He didn't ask my age first.
Okay.
He made a joke by saying, oh yeah, you can. You can just draw my OC.
Significant negligence. I will say that off the bat. Jar is a complete dipshit for not asking the age immediately in a random Discord call. I will 100% back that statement. That is bullshit. That Jar did not say that. Highly negligent.
Raping Jade animations, and I will give you the art roll. Everyone started freaking out, and they're like, bro, do you not know how old she is? And everybody was just talking over each other, and Jar's like, okay, wait, hold on. How old are you, real quick? I'm 17. Oh. And he then backtracked saying, oh shit, I'm really sorry. I didn't know you're 17, but instead of unfriending me, I still don't know why to this very day. He's like, can you at least draw Jade animations, lifting up her shirt?
Where is the call? Where's the proof of this?
Okay. And showing her undies to me, and I can give you the art roll. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. He then sent me a link of Jade animation porn, and I didn't feel traumatized, but I felt speechless. I was like, wait, what is this for? I was questioning, I was scrolling.
Which Jar is a complete weirdo for doing that, but again, you're making us go based off of the assumption that you did have this call, but you didn't provide any proof of said call. And it's in a public server VC. Why hasn't more people come forward to corroborate this? Why hasn't more people corroborated this in his Discord that were there that day? Why are you the only one? And also, yeah, she said she was traumatized, but now in this call she's saying I didn't feel traumatized in that moment. This is weird.
Around on the images, I was like, does he want me to use these for something? So I just pushed it aside because I'm like, okay, he's just being weird right now, but I will still do the art for him. So I drew that. I did this at 2 a.m., mind you. After he requested me to do it, I immediately did it. I did it at 2 a.m. I was playing the saddest song while I was drawing this, and it was agonizing.
Yeah,
but
she literally phrased it, I'll never forget what you did to me, like he raped her or something.
Can I ask a clarifying question as well?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or he groomed her into doing things getting comfortable with an example is City Bear. It's oh well, City Bear kept sending rape pornography to this minor, and that minor got comfortable enough to have rape role play with City Bear. That is significantly higher levels of degeneracy than Jar doing what he did. But the thing is that hold on, I need to pull this up again. Because I'm going crazy right now. I'm going crazy. I'm literally going insane. Hold on. I'm going insane. I'm actually going insane. Where is the section? Yeah, I was 17 at the time, and I wanted to get the robot art roll. This was on 12/23 of 2021. The art was sent on October 28th of 2020. So a whole year went by. A year and 2 months went by. But you had the preface, yeah, I was 17 at the time, which infers to me and to others reading that Jar didn't know that you were 17 at the time. Because this call doesn't exist. I haven't seen anyone else corroborate this. If somebody else corroborates this and provides proof, I will eat my words. I will.
Is there anybody in the call that you still know to this day that would be able to collaborate with like you being able to be like you verified that you really did tell him like your age at that time?
Yes, I was.
Is there any way we can get in contact with them? Like after
some of them no. I know there's one that is a moderator I have in contact with. I don't know if she wants to, but I will ask her.
Why not?
Another person that was also a minor.
You're the one putting out this allegation out there without any corroboration.
At the time, had a little beef with Jar as well from playing Smash Bros. He was 16, but I don't know if he also wants to get in call because he's shy.
It doesn't even need to be a call. I mean, it could just be like a message. It's just like more to clarify because it's like if there's multiple people in the call, it'll be a benefit on your end to have more people who can collaborate your story. I think.
Yeah, like gathering more puzzles about and what happened in the server.
More people, it brings more credibility to what you're saying.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah. I guess after I drew the art for him, I sent it over until from the screenshots, he said oh, that's really hot, and it was in November, and I thought it was funny to make a joke by saying, oh yeah, save it in November because he's very to sex jokes in some calls. He does do some really weird questionable things with moderators, but I won't get into that one. That's not part of my situation.
Okay. So now you're dropping another allegation that he does weird shit to his mods. Why would you drop? Wait, what the? So now there's another allegation that Jar has done creepy things to his mods. But that's not a part of these allegations. So now you're putting out more allegations, but aren't going to speak upon these allegations. What the fuck is going on?
So when I'm not gonna click on that. But I was on when he would make weird jokes. It would be like the same thing where he would reply with want to see my cock type thing or that type of humor.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. Yeah, it was kind of like that. He did it with some moderators that were over age of 18 to 21. Yeah, but to me though, I was still pretty young, and I was listening to this. This was in the public call, not group call.
But you weren't a mod. So the mod situation was all adults. He made sex jokes. Okay, weird, but not criminal.
Sorry, in a public VC call on his server, he would do
the public VC calls. He should not be doing that. But again, it's not him grooming people. It's not him being overtly sexual to them or trying to get them into rape pornographic art like Cinny Bear. So it
that on some ways with some moderators. Yeah. Yeah. And after that happened, I kind of lingered onto it for a very long time. And I did see your video, Chthonic, where he said he's very likable. There's some people that do hate him, but there are some people that do still support him. And I was worried that he would use that to, use them to attack me so I could keep quiet. But I was very paranoid. That was just me just being extremely paranoid to the point that, oh my God, how am I going to tell people about this? I never even told my family as well about this. So I just kept it quiet for the longest time. I was genuinely so scared. I did tell, even that when I was 19 to, 19 to 20, I did tell one of my closest friends that they're not part of the server. Some of them are, but some of them are not, from the other communities. I did tell them about it. They're like, oh my God, you need to call them out at some point. I can't, if I do.
Wait, so wait a minute. So you're telling me that you told this story to people and then those people convinced you to write a doc?
Then I feel like so many people are going to attack me and think that I'm just doing this for attention. I'm doing this for clout. I'm just trying to get Jar out of his YouTube channel. And of course,
you see how it kind of comes off that way, kind of now in the way it does right now, right?
Yes, I expected it to happen because I firstly before I posted it on Twitter, I posted it on Blue Sky first.
Blue Sky? Are you retarded?
Because at first I did not trust Twitter because of how toxic it is, and the AI updates and stuff where I'm going to be moving out to. But I just posted it on Blue Sky, and there less people are interactive in there, but that's fine. So I got more motivated from other people I won't mention, but people. Yeah.
Who motivated you to drop this document? Was it the mods? Was it somebody close to Jar? Who the fuck said that to you? That said that you should drop this document that is the most poorly written document I've ever seen, and to be honest, causes more questions to you. Yeah, I was 17 at the time, and I wanted to get the robot art roll. That leads me to believe in this message alone that you need to clarify that you were 17, which means that Jar, from this interaction, may not know or didn't know your fucking age. And that's why I don't trust that there's a call. I don't trust the call because there's no recording of the call. You have done so poor to convince me and others so far in this document.
And I was like, you know what? I know what's going to happen. I'm going to put it on Twitter. I am going to get some hate that people think I'm doing this for clout, which
I'm not saying you're doing this for clout. I'm saying that you're presenting this in the shittiest way possible, and it's making it impossible for me to believe.
I don't even use YouTube. I don't use any other medias, but I just play games with friends and I just do art. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, okay. So you don't make any content or anything like that?
No, not at all. Cool. Yeah, I have a life.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. What else happened? Yeah, when I posted it on Twitter about my experience, of course I expected a lot of the comments, of very atrocious comments, and some reposts as well. Like, oh my god, I was so overwhelmed about it. Even like today, it was a lot. I can't even put it to words.
Yeah. I would say, like,
sorry?
because it's like commentary, especially is like watching this jar stuff like talk. Like, we're very critical, and especially when it comes to allegations, we want to make sure everything is everything's correct, everything is and I'm gonna be like, when I read your docket to me,
Who the fuck is talking right now? Is that Given Ant or is that Echo? Because like he's got to, at least he knows what this community is about.
Felt very vague because there was not, like, aside from like the DMs, which is the only thing.
It wasn't even vague. It was poorly put together, and then there's specific parts of this like where she writes an entire like letter, like a fucking letter to him. Hold on. Look at this. She writes this whole letter about being like, oh, well, this allowed me to open up more and talk to my family more and like all this other shit. Like, bro, this just looks like an overly parasocial fan that had a weird interaction with Jar. Not grooming, not traumatizing. And we don't have the call. We don't have them confirming them being 17. So, like, other than that interaction here where it's like, oh, I was 17 at the time. Like, this is dog shit. Like, right here. Yeah, I was 17 at the time. This document comes across as a parasocial fan that had a weird interaction with Jar and got gaslit into believing that it is something more than what it really is. Unless that call drops, unless there are more people corroborating this with more evidence, I have no reason to believe that Jar did anything criminal, grooming, or otherwise. It doesn't help. Like, people are going to think I'm crazy for saying this, but this sentence right here, having to re-preference that you're 17 when Jar is apparently supposed to already know that you're 17, doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Right, and also there's points where I felt overdramatic, and I know like that's a lot of criticism that some people have, and I know because we have questions some other creators asked us to ask you.
Of course, I'm very free to have some questions to ask. So.
But people did motivate you to make the doc. Is what you're saying. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. What else? I mean, there's not that much to say, but I would love to have some criticism for people, what they think about the document, so I would love to hear it.
I swear to please, God, Chthonic or Given Ant, please tell me you watched my live stream screaming about this, and you're going to ask her questions that I was screaming about. Please.
So I got like about 5 questions that I got from various different things. If I speak of a question or you want a question, I think feel free to. So one of the questions I got from somebody is, why did you wait a whole year before telling him you were 17?
It doesn't matter. I'm going to be honest.
At the time of making it.
Specifying like after I told him, like when I told him in the DMs that oh fuck, sorry, let me rephrase.
The girl was gaslit into putting this out. No way anyone takes seriously Jar is weird, but it isn't criminal at all. It's just, this is ridiculous.
Real quick, I'm so sorry. In those DMs, when I took the video, which by the way, I'm so fucking regretted on that. When I scrolled from the bottom to the top, that was so bad of me to do. I should have done completely the opposite, which again, it's out there, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
In the context in the DMs, when I talked to him just one at a time, he didn't mention like, oh my god, you drew Jaden porn for me. And then I told him straightly in the DMs, no reaction. I said, yeah, I drew this when I was 17 because I wanted to get that art roll. No response. It's like he kind of just scurried off and be like, okay.
Which again, wrong of Jar. Completely insane to not go, holy shit, I didn't remember your age, or holy shit, you were 17. We can't communicate. I am so sorry that even happened. That is fucking negligent of Jar. Do I believe that is predatory? No. I don't think Jar is a predator. I don't think Jar is grooming. I don't think Jar wanted to purposely traumatize you. And yeah, that is a good point, Deep Sea. She kind of obfuscates, like, why did you wait a year question.
It's like he doesn't care.
Okay. Did you, so when he originally sent that, like when you made the art, so you originally thought it was like just a joke?
I thought it was
like, you didn't take it seriously at all? It was just like...
I didn't, no. I thought he was doing this as a joke. Like some giggly shit. Like again, I was a kid. I never understood what was right or wrong. But
you are 17. Are you kidding? Oh, I was a kid. 17. You don't know right from wrong? At the age of 17? Like, am I sounding crazy? Because you're old enough to drive, which means that you do understand right from wrong. If you are driving and you turn the wheel and you run on the sidewalk and injure 50 people, you know that's wrong. Like, you know, like, basic right from wrong. That is a crazy statement to make.
For him, being a full-grown adult, it's like he should have known that this was wrong.
Yeah, I think a lot of people agree with that. Is definitely that he probably, it is very dumb, especially if he didn't know the age, which is what's up in the air right now. Is that call, since we don't have any like concrete evidence of it even happening? You know, that's why a lot of people are very.
Oh my God! Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. So, me as a young person at the time, I know I kept saying this, but if I,
yeah, his computer blue screen. He'll be right back.
Oh, okay, I got you. Do you want me to continue, or do you want me to wait?
We'll wait, and I'll let you put a pin in until it comes back.
Okay, got it. I got you.
Ah, there he is.
There he is.
No, you're good. We're good.
It's all good, man.
We would just pause for a second.
Please potentially. I don't know if Kumo's involved. I'm not going to run with the schizo theory that Kumo's involved.
Yeah.
You can say what you're saying.
It would be kind of crazy if he was.
Can you rephrase the question?
Oh, so what? I'm trying to remember what I even said. What I was asking, what I was saying was basically, like, a lot of people do agree with, like, it was very negligent and idiotic of Jar to do that. To ask something that, even if he, like, let's say he didn't know the age, and, like I'm not saying that you're lying, but, like, let's say he, like, didn't know the age and everything of the sort, it would still be very negligent. If you knew the age, then that brings up a different conversation. I guess this kind of leans into another question that I had somebody, one of the creators ask me. Do you think Jar is like a pedo or anything of the sort like that?
Bless you, girl. I've had to do a lot of research before I put out the document, and I don't think it is pedo shit or grooming shit, because of course pedophilia is like someone that's a full-grown adult is sexually attracted to a kid.
Okay. So, if you did the research, why are you talking about, like, being traumatized and that Jar is a full-grown adult and that, what's the other aspects here? Things he shouldn't have done. I thought he would change to be a better person. Terrible gut feeling that something like this would happen. Like, the way you wrote this initially made it sound like Jar was doing the exact same things that Cinny Bear was doing with Eno. That's literally how it comes across. That's the tonality of this. Just did now in my DMs that no one like ACC creator told her to come out publicly, just some close friends. Well, it's fucking retarded. This document and the tonality of it is ridiculous. Then you have this aspect where you have to reiterate that they're 17 again, but there's no call to prove that Jar knew that they were 17 in the first place. So this preface makes me think that Jar either didn't remember that they were 17 or that they never knew that they were 17, and that Jar now is aware that they're 17 and is still an idiot continuing communication even in the slightest manner. But not a groomer, not a horrible person, none of those things. He's just a retard. Like, oh my God.
It's like, boom. But for someone to art request a child to do lewd shit, draw lewd shit for them, I think that would be considered as...
You are not a child! Stop that. You were not a child. Were you a minor? Yes, but you were not a child. Holy shit. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Do you hear the loaded language that is coming out of her fucking mouth that is pissing me off right now? You are not a kid. You weren't 14, you weren't 13, you weren't 12, you weren't 11, you weren't 10, you weren't 9, you weren't 8. You were 17 years old. The whole right from wrong argument is fucking retarded. You are old enough to know how to drive.
Sexual exploitation? Okay. Like for requesting them to do lewd stuff.
You would consider that sexual exploitation. Are you out of your mind?
For them.
Okay.
But I think that's just for the people's opinion to know.
Yeah.
But I think...
My opinion is that you're retarded. How about that?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it was. I think some people were wondering that because, like, again, like how you were like talking and like phrasing stuff in your thing was kind of up in the air if you thought that, because I mean it was very dramatic and everything of the sort. One question, I guess, this comes to another question, I guess, too, related to that that I have here is, do you generally feel like violated by what happened between you and Jar? Or
I don't think I felt violated. I think I just felt.
See, some people confirming her story, but she censored the names and ish. That is so fucking weird. But like did those people reach out to you, Echo? See, this is my question. Why didn't they reach out to you guys? She trusts you, obviously. So why didn't those people, after she said, hey, they just want confirmation of this stuff? This is ridiculous to me. This is a ridiculous situation. Do you know why? The more you're telling me, the more I think this is some weird, either terribly retarded, parasocially inclined fan, somebody that believes something happened to them, but it isn't as big as they think it is, or it's a gay op. Or it's a gay op. Those are the three ways that this could be going right now. I'm more on the side that this is a parasocially inclined fan and Jar is a complete fucking idiot for having any form of communication like this. But this whole like, I was a kid, I was a child, I didn't know right from wrong, it annoys the fuck out of me. I don't believe that for a minute. I'm sorry. I don't believe that for a minute. I don't. That's an insane thing to say.
Like, very uncomfortable.
Okay.
Like, it's more like a, I feel like this is
You could be uncomfortable. That is totally fine. But when you're writing a document like this, that makes it sound like he did something absolutely horrible to you on purpose, is crazy to me.
On what he's doing.
Correct.
But
Yeah.
I just don't know how I'm gonna put it out, you know?
Yeah.
Like Ant and Echo, you talk to her. Do I sound fucking insane right now going down this line of logic? Do I sound crazy? I'm going to wait until I hear something because this is pissing me off. Like, actually, I'm getting pissed off. Because this allegation is complete trash. She can feel uncomfortable all day long. She is entitled to that. But this is a ridiculous document. And people think that Jar is a groomer because of this. I'm not trying to victim blame here. I'm trying to look at the goddamn document as it is. And her own words are not helping. Like, this is retarded. Okay, Chthonic. No, you're justified, bro, Lamau. That's why I feel justified with my vid after the interview. Fair? It's just like, this is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous document and a ridiculous person.
I think a lot of people have no, you're good. I think a lot of issues people have is like how you were wording the doc.
Yeah.
It was very dramatic.
It's not... Yes. It was incredibly dramatic. It made it sound like Jar was grooming and traumatizing this girl for his own pleasure. Or that he has like a habit of doing this. Which he does have a habit being a weirdo to women, 100%. But making a minor draw artwork, knowing that they're a minor, and then doing that consistently, I don't think so. I don't think that. There's been no evidence for me to believe that. This is not Cinny Bear. Jar is not in the same league as Cinny Bear in this moment. Jar's a retard.
Flamboyant, and it made it sound like how you were talking was like you were like a rape victim almost, and that's why a lot of people had a problem with it. Was like it was super dramatic.
Did you hear that? Yeah, it did. What? Doing shit like that does not make me believe anything coming out of your fucking mouth.
I don't think anybody's disagreeing that what Jar did was either, even if he knew or didn't know the age, I think everyone agrees that what he did was either idiotic and very negligent of him to do. I don't think anybody's arguing that. It's just kind of...
Chthonic, if you're the one running this interview, you have... I don't know how we're on the same page, but you're killing it right now.
If you knew or he didn't know, because that can change kind of the trajectory a little bit.
Yeah, from what I mentioned in the beginning is that he did ask my age in the call.
It's not the greatest interview of all time, but you're at least hitting on the questions that I would be asking.
When he made that joke about me wanting to draw, me wanting to draw his OC raping, cheating animations, and then when everyone started freaking out about, hey, yo, you need to ask her age first, I'm like, oh shit, how old are you? It's like, I'm 17. Backtracked on that, and then still requested me to do it. I mean, that's the basics there.
I assume you were like still in high school, right? Or were you?
Yes.
Okay, that's what
I was still in high school.
Okay.
So,
around junior, actually.
Junior? Okay, cool.
Yes.
I guess I wanted to clarify. So, like, as you were like scrolling through the DMs and I was looking through it, and I think you even probably heard in my video, it doesn't seem like you guys talked a lot over the last 4 years.
Yeah, no.
It was
They didn't talk at all. The direction we wanted the call to go into the questions we wanted to ask. Okay. Oh, Ant is, but we both talked about the directions. Okay. Fair.
Like,
I'll give Ant his flowers then.
In his public Discord and like in his general, typing through his general, that's the only way you'd be in contact with him.
Yes, exactly. That's the only time I've barely talked with him on voice chat. But in some days, he never tries talking with me on DMs. Even when I try to, it's like, kind of sees low with me because I was just wanting to make friends. That's it. Like, I wasn't doing this just to get clout. Like, I don't care about this fucking internet shit. Like, I have a job, I have a college, I'm taking care of pets. Like, this is my life. That's the one thing that's very important to me.
Okay, gotcha. Let me look at the whole question docket. Because we already asked about the people who called.
Oh, also, I remember now. You questioned about like if there was any recordings about.
Oh yeah, just like any evidence of that happened.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Oh, there wasn't. Okay. Oh, you got me a little excited there for a second. I was like,
yeah, no, I really wish there was. I really wish there was because it would make the evidence a lot more clear of what he would request me in this. But this is more of like a please take this with a grain of salt.
Yeah, that's like what my video and a lot of people's like I watch a lot of coverage on this. A lot of people like take this with a grain of salt because again we don't have any evidence that even happened, which is because a lot of people are very skeptical that even happened because we don't have aside from just your.
I'm actually gonna have a fucking aneurysm.
Testimony. It's not that we're calling you a liar right now.
No.
It's just that we don't have so.
She's not making it easy for me not to say that. I'm gonna be honest. She is not making it easy for me not to say that.
That's why we were asking for like a lot of people, a lot of questions, mainly from other people. Where
and
who the people can call and can we get in contact and get a statement from them so we can like collaborate.
I will ask one of them that were part of Jar's server if they are willing to, but that is their choice if they don't want to.
Yeah, it is their choice. The only thing I'll ask is just like try to think of people who are in there and anybody who you think are willing to come out publicly because it will help your case out a lot more if there's more, not just one person kind of.
Which they should. They should be doing something. They should be supporting. They should be corroborating. There should be more evidence, but there isn't. There isn't. You're giving Jar an out. Are you kidding me? I don't want to give Jar an out. I don't like Jar. I have no reason to defend Jar. Zero. I have zero obligation to do anything that is positive for Jar. But if somebody is making up bullshit or over-exaggerating something or doesn't have evidence to show those things, you're asking for it at this point.
If there was
like
2, 3, yeah, exactly. So, especially if there's a bunch of people on one call and you're the only one who's coming out publicly about it, it makes people kind of question in their head a little bit, or like kind of look at it with skepticism or a pinch of salt. Okay.
Of course, yeah.
Katana, do you have anything right now?
Not that I can think. Oh, okay. This is a question I have. So
and I will eat crow. If I am 100% wrong, I will eat crow. I am not afraid to do that. Not afraid. But like, you're not helping yourself.
By your knowledge, you're the only. Was this an 18+ server? Is this server still around too? Do we know?
Yes, it is. Even even before I released the document, I was like, I can leave the server. Okay. And I was still in art role in there, just a quick there.
Was there any other minors in the Discord?
Yes. Even the recent when I joined in there, I met so many people that were pretty minors. Pretty much minors in there.
Pretty much, or like actually like minors?
Yeah, actually minors. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh my god.
I also wanted to ask because this is something at the top of your DMs that I was looking at.
Which is bad. And that Jar's doing like voice calls and everything like that. Like, sure, it's just playing like Super Smash Brothers and shit. But like, this is a thing that you need to learn. If you have a Discord server, you should not be hanging out in your own Discord server. You should not be in calls in your own Discord server. You should not be doing any of that shit because you're just asking for trouble. Like, you really are. You know, like, you can have a Discord server, but like, don't do random calls. Don't make jokes to random people. Like, I have a Discord server. Anybody that is in my Discord server, have I ever, other than like the Jalen stuff, where we had Jalen call into the Discord and battle Izzy, have I ever been in a VC call in my Discord? Maybe when I was first starting. Maybe when I had 1 concurrent viewer or 2 concurrent viewers. After that, I was like, nope, I'm not going back. No, because that opens a door for like really stupid shit. So like I don't get people that do this.
Where you're saying that people were just sending lewd images straight into like Genro or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let me.
Here's the other thing. People were sending lewd photos and lewd artwork in the general chat. Where's the proof of that? Why wasn't that in the document? To show that there is a culture within a Discord server full of minors posting lewd artwork of OCs or whatever. Why wasn't that put in there? Why wasn't that put in the document?
Okay, let me tell you this. So there wasn't like actual people, sending SOW shit in there. There was someone that broke into his server and spammed like these vile, like, it was like an Asian guy cutting off his penis. That was how bad.
Okay, so it was somebody raiding his Discord. Doc on the radio has that happen all the time. He hasn't even been... Dude, I can literally go to Doc's server right now, and it gets raided like once a year. It gets raided with fuck shit. Was it multiple errors mentioned in the document? Just one.
Was the multiple minors thing mentioned in the document?
One.
It probably is true, because this is the ACC, but it feels like a pretty big detail to leave out if it wasn't included.
It was one minor, and it's this minor. Let's say that they're a kid, but they're 17 years old and don't know right from wrong at the age of 17 somehow.
It was, and it was a rampage kind of attack, and the moderators were trying to delete everything because of it. That's why I mentioned it to him. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I just wanted to clarify that because I was like worried. I was like, is Discord just being weirdos? Like,
okay, so I see. So it's like one of those things where like Discord gets raided by a bunch of trolls, and people just want to like be fucking degenerates and weirdos. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, yeah, I've been in Discord where that's happened before, so I know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else. You blocked Jar?
Yes, I did. I blocked Jar a lot of times, but when other people needed to see evidence, I'm like, oh man, I gotta unblock him again, and then take screenshots. And before I release the document again, they're like, oh, I think you should do a recording of y'all's DMs. I'm like, oh fuck, okay, I gotta unblock him again, and I gotta record.
Who are these people? Who gave this person the advice? They sound like people that know drama. Now, from what I understand, Chthonic and Give an Ant are telling me that she's saying that nobody in the ACC community taught her how to do this. That is not, I'm going to be like brutally honest. Most normies don't know that a record, no, I'm not saying Kumo. Most normies don't know to help build credibility with a document or releasing of DMs to record these DMs. That's not a normal thing normies do. I don't know. That's a weird one to me.
But that is the time.
That's a weird one to me.
I made a huge mistake from scrolling from bottom to top, which I still regret.
Yeah, so people make fun of that.
I'll keep it burning. Yeah, I don't care. They can make fun of me for that. I'll...
No, I get you. No. I'm trying to do anything else. Can I think of anything?
No, not currently.
You know what? This is just a silly question. So with the have you been watching a lot of the Cindy Bear Jar stuff that's been happening? Like,
kind of, yes. Okay. I've heard little bits of it from Cindy, being a groomer from contacting a 14-year-old, and Jar and Kumi, just
I was going to just a silly question. What's your opinion on like what you have seen about Jar from that?
Honestly,
I'm not gonna be honest. Why did you guys ask this question? Who cares? Whoa! There should have been more of a press.
Peaches,
there should have been more. Like who cares what they think? Who cares what they think about the drama? This is my criticism to you, Echo, and Give an Ant. Who cares what they think about the current drama? Why didn't we press more on that whole recording thing and been like, wait a minute, that's not really a normal thing that random people would know what to do. Like, are they just RCC people? Are they creators? But you're telling me in chat now that it's no creators. The problem is that this interview now frames it and looks like she is trying to say something like that. Am I the only one that you've told that it's not that? Like, is there a pinned comment saying that? You guys should clarify that. Because that was the first thing I heard of. That's the first thing I thought when I heard that.
I don't know what has gotten to him from, ever since I met him. I thought he would make some good choices and be a better person. But, not a lot of people are 100% good,
I'm just giving you advice, guys. I'm just giving you advice. Because, I'm looking at this from the outside where I'm like, that sounds funky. That sounds funky. It sounds like she was put up by people that have an axe to grind with Jar. Whether that's creators or other people. That's what it sounds like to me.
Gonna make terrible mistakes. And with Jar, I think
I don't want to say it's a gay op. This is legit, all right? Legit. I think this girl is uncomfortable about what Jar did. She could feel that way. I have no problems with that. The document is written like Jar purposely did these horrible things to her on purpose. When it doesn't look that way from the DMs that were shown. It looks like a parasocial fan got upset that Jar did something like that, which Jar is an idiot and negligent and a weirdo for that. But he's not a groomer. He's not any of these things. It's ridiculous to write a document as inflammatory as she did with barely anything in it. And then that last DM that goes, oh, I'm going to, say that, what was the exact verbiage again? I'm going to pull it back up because I have it loaded. Yeah, I was 17 at the time. Again, prefacing that to me looks like Jar either didn't remember the age or Jar didn't know the age, and now they're telling him about the age. That is what it looks like to me.
Just took himself in the grave. That was his bad choice.
The document tells one story, while the actual evidence used to support it tells a different one.
That's how it looks like to me. Like, honestly, Baron, you have it right.
So you said that you would, at the bottom of your doc, at the bottom, you said that you will never forgive him or forget what happened. Do you still stand by that?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I still stand by it. Oh, greatly, greatly. In fact, like I take this by heart.
Okay.
Like, I still stand by it.
Okay. I don't really have anything else that comes to mind. If we think of anything, I'll probably just shoot you a DM. If anybody brings up any other questions. Can I got anything? Nope. All right. Cool. Yeah, we just want to ask some clarifying question.
All right, whatever. Okay. I weirdly just don't believe this girl. I think she got gaslit, and I think she's over-exaggerating. I think Jar is a complete idiot and a weirdo for what he did, and she is more than welcome to feel uncomfortable by that. Totally welcome to feel uncomfortable by that. Problem is that she wrote it like it was a rape document. So, you're not really helping yourself out here, lady. You really aren't. The whole, like, I didn't know right from wrong, or I didn't, like, I was just a kid. I was just a child. Stop saying that. You weren't. Like, shut up. Thank you for the 10 gifted membership, L. McNasty. Memberships are very important to the channel, so I appreciate people that gift or become longtime members. Make sure you become a member if you want to use the emotes or watch any of the members-only content when we do have those. So thank you, guys. Thank you so much. That call was bad. For her, if anything, it leaves me with more questions and more frustrations. Echo and Ant, I think you guys did as good as a job as you could. I don't really have much notes other than you guys should have definitely pressed her more on like how these people operated. Like, why did they push her to do the document? How come they knew like recording a DM conversation would look more credible? Like that's maybe my biggest criticism of your guys' call, but it got me more invested into it, and I genuinely just do not believe this girl. I really don't. I don't. It's hard for me to. She's made it physically impossible for me. Made it physically impossible for me to feel like anything to it. Again, she can feel uncomfortable by it, but Jar did nothing severely wrong to warrant the kind of document and the wording that it was written in. That is my biggest fucking criticism of that document, and I weirdly... Everyone's saying it's a gay op, and she's not helping herself because she's making it sound like a gay op. Okay? She's making it sound like that. I have no reason to defend Jar. If evidence comes out to completely and utterly prove me wrong, I will gladly eat crow. But I don't know if we're going to get that.
Cheers, my horse.
All right.
Love ya. No pedo.
The Rob's Media video, I'm going to do Thursday or Friday. Thursday, I want to do the Frogan Twitch stuff, them banning all of Israel. I kind of want to do all of that. I want to take a break from the ACC stuff. I do not want to talk about Jar ever again unless I get proven wrong with my analysis of the document, or Jar puts out an apology video. I genuinely don't want to talk about Jar again. I will gladly talk about ACC drama again and completely obliterate it. But if you sub to me only for ACC drama, you're going to be very, very disappointed. So Thursday, I'll be back. We're going to be doing a, whatchamacallit. We're going to be doing a stream on the Frogan stuff, the Twitch bans in Israel, all that crazy shit, okay? Who am I going to... You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to send you over to Queeman. Queeman looks like he's going over some fun stuff right now, so I'm going to send you over to him. Tell him I said hi. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all your generous donations today. Thursday, we'll be back for the Frogan stuff and them banning all of Israel. That's going to be a fun one because I hate Hassan, Frogan, and the rest of them, so stick around. Sub if you're new. We're only 60 away from 11,000. Thank you guys so much. And thank you for the 10, Baron.
On Thursday,
True.
RedTube will be destroyed.
True.
With any luck, Hassan.
True. Any luck, Hassan will be banned by then. True. Hard facts, Baron.